Fair.
And the answer, as Rhiannon and probably Shiori would answer, is yes. We have to because there are people that need help.
Yes.
I mean, we don't have to, but
Yes,
it's more like they want. These people want to. Okay.
I love you guys for that.
We don't have to. No, we have to. Oh, okay.
Trust me, I opened up my character sheet specifically to be like, do I have to fucking do this or can we just yeet out of here?
I mean,
And-
Phaedra would have said, absolutely, we have to do this, because Phaedra is your lawful good character. I wasn't sure if Rihanna was going to be the same way, but apparently she is.
well, it's on her character sheet. She
Yes.
helps people no matter what the personal cost.
Excellent.
So, fucking ideals.
And to recap from last week, you guys did some more helping of people. You rescued this one guy from a couple of diseased goat demons. You failed to rescue a bunch of people trapped underneath rubble. Unfortunately, they expired on you.
There was people underneath that? Whoops.
I mean, maybe if people gave more clear instructions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we weren't having
That was a
conflicted
quick
instructions.
Putting the blame on the brains of the group.
I don't know if I would call it brains of the group. Obviously, we didn't save them.
Sorry,
Yeah,
the common sense
exactly.
of the group.
On the plus side, you did manage to make your goal, which was to rescue Dara Windstar from the Mage's Tower. You got in, you rescued him, you guys had to use fly to get out of the building because there was this fallen paladin that was on your tail for some reason. And Lograth came back and he helped you up by casting fly after you guys decided that, no, we actually do have to stay here in hell for a bit longer because there's a bunch of people over there that need help. And Lograth agreed to use up the last of his teleportation skill or portal or whatever he has to send Dara away. And he has now helped you guys with that fly spell down to the ground in front of what apparently is or was the Duke's Palace in Baldur's Gate. It seems to have some weird spires kicking up out of it now that kind of look a bit devilish in origins. They seem to be on fire yet not at the same time, if you get my meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Like smoldering, kind of?
Yeah, smoldering red, but not decreasing or increasing in volume.
Yeah.
But at this point, you guys are all on the ground. You're in front of what was once the castle again. You hear people, kind of like a few cries from there, from inside. You don't know where inside, unfortunately. And Lograth is just kind of looking around. What would you guys like to do at this point, Iron Roses?
Yes.
Well, whatever the people who want to save others want to do.
I guess we sneak over there? Luke, what do you know about this area?
Did you say Lulu? Because I think this part of it cut off.
Yeah, Lulu. She kind of like looks to Lulu.
The little holly font, kind of like, waves her wings, and it seems like she's sparkling. That would be more like fairyish than you expect from a celestial being, but still, it's kind of like this effect of you look at her and she's radiant and she's sparkling and she's this beautiful little floating elephant, well, with wings. And she's like looking around saying, I don't know. I think this is a palace over in that was in Baldur's Gate, because I was in Baldur's Gate, wasn't I? But I can see that there's weird things coming up out of there. I think it's being claimed into this space, and the devils here are trying to claim it.
Okay. You said that there were devils in the area?
Yeah.
And that's a good question out of character. How long do we have fly for?
Actually, I have no idea. Isn't the duration of fly spell something ridiculous or something like that?
Yeah,
Hour.
Yeah. Regardless, basically Lograth have informed you that's not a good idea to try to go right into there because of all the fire and heat and all the other stuff that would probably kill you guys. Instead, it's a good idea to, land right out front and go in that way. But
I feel like that's in character.
But yeah, that was kind of his suggestion, just based on the fact that he's looking around, like pointing out the spine devils that are kind of circling closer in on some of those spires. The fact that you guys don't know where said throne room is, if there is one, if that has any relevance to, where people might be, and that the best solution is to just go in the front.
Would I not know something about this place?
Yes, you might. Roll a history check.
Oh no. I'm not really good at history checks. Where is it?
But yeah, he did point out the spine.
Never mind!
He pointed out spine.
Every
Fucking hell.
Well, it makes sense. This is Baldur's Gate. He lived here. So, you look at the palace, and you realize immediately there's some weird oddities in its architecture. It's like two different pieces of the architecture are wrapped into each other, and you remember that, reading your history and reading your family's, knowing your family's history, because they were, around. Your character's what, 300-something years old? How old is Biddy again? I can never remember how old each of the Windstars are. I'm sorry.
Good question, because I had to technically change that because I'm no longer high elf.
That's true. Well, technically you still are that age, but you are relative, and what that age means.
I think I was
translated into halfling. So.
I think I was 300 something.
Yes. So you would actually
Jesus
remember.
Christ,
In fact, as you're looking at the tower, you're like, huh, this is. I'm seeing bits of architecture here that were here before the palace was built over an existing structure. Because you're looking at it and thinking, when I was a little kid, when I was a little elf, a child, there used to be a cathedral standing on this spot, complete with cemetery and catacombs, and the royalty at the time decided that, because there wasn't much of the faith, there was problems with lack of faith in Baldur's Gate, all that they were just buying up that spot because they were defaulting on whatever they owed, because churches, temples, things happen, and would buy that spot and use some of the existing architecture to build their grand palace, because we're rich assholes. So you're looking at it and going, you see that this is both the Duke's Palace and the ancient cathedral at the same time. That bits of the ancient cathedral are now poking through, but people who aren't used to Baldur's Gate wouldn't recognize that.
I reveal all of this to everyone.
Lograth too takes a look at this and tilts his head. Huh. Fascinating.
Woo, I love tall gods of hell.
Well, I guess we just keep doing what we have been. Sneaking seems to have been working fairly well for us so far.
Yeah, because I'm good at sneaking.
Perception checks, guys.
Oh.
Okay.
Lograth, as you're
What's
saying
this one
that, Biddy says, well, you are now. You've regained a lot of your sneakiness. Plus
That's a
gained
21 for me.
some more on that. Alright, so Shuri and Rhiannon and Will.
Oh shit! Hold up. That's the wrong one.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, if you want to just take one off because I'm 7 in perception.
Yeah, that's fine. Anybody that got a 20 or over is going to hear this. So it's only half the party anyway.
Oh, okay, so that's fair.
Okay.
Cool.
In the distance, the three of you clearly can hear the pounding of hoofbeats. Not only from the tower that you just left, but from around various side streets.
Rhiannon will turn to Lulu. How many of those things are there running around here?
Lograth also appears to be paying attention to this, and Lulu kind of looks at her and says, "You mean the the fallen paladins? The Narzagun?
The evil, yeah, those things. How many? Are there many?
I think there are many, yes. I
Okay.
think... Lograth at this point interrupts and says, well, they are most definitely coming. I think that you lot should hurry along inside the walls there, and I will do something about this.
Stealth.
Yeah, time to go in there sneaky like.
Lograth
Because I'm really good at sneaky.
Lograth once again pulls that sword from between his, well, now skeletal wings, because he's here in hell, so... Will, did you pass without trace for the party?
Yes, every
All
time
right.
I use the stealth with what?
Whoa.
Wow! Nice.
331.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow, that is.
Shit.
Wow, that's luck. We've got this.
Easy rat.
Let's go through the front gate, was it?
Yep.
Yeah. So you see there, with the front gate that's been pretty much smashed, that, you know, instead of a castle-like structure like most of you experienced, you see this kind of weird melding that looks like there's some kind of cathedral, like, lodged into it, and that's where an open door beyond the gates happened to be. Let's see, perception checks. Oh, I'm gonna reuse your perception check for the next thing I'm about to say. Alright, anybody over at 15? As you, quickly, you know, glance in, still kind of sneaking around, you see off to the side, rather than being distracted by, like, the occasional, lance of, lightning, especially some more lightning that's coming around from behind you, and claps of thunder from there, you notice that there are two large, dog or wolf-like creatures, you know, black and red and kind of glowy, kind of just standing there, off to one side, of the doors, only partly hidden by, the rubble.
Yeah, those don't look like friendly doggos.
Should we do something to distract them? Draw their attention away from the gate?
I don't think we could do something that would hold their attention for long enough. How many were there?
Two.
Two. We could just try to get past them
We
and
could.
just keep going. I don't like leaving them behind us, or I could. No, summoning down here doesn't really help.
No, the last time you summoned your cat, it was not a cat.
No. And even if I would summon something else, it would probably not work. My idea.
I could use my, maybe send the imp and, I don't know, draw their attention away, but maybe we just sneak by. I can't. I have a bone in my bag. Dogs like bones, right? I can throw a bone. I don't know. You know
I mean-
animals. Well, is that an animal? I don't know.
No. They're not a...
Roll an
They're
Arcana
burning.
check for specific identification of these things.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm not good at it.
I'm gonna roll as well.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Rhiannon, you take what close look. Rhiannon and
Jesus.
Shiori, you take close looks at these things, and oh right, hellhounds. Yeah, that's what those are. Skinny wolf dog-like things, black except for the burningness that's coming out of their throats and down their chests and occasionally poking through. Like flaming sooty dogs that aren't producing flames.
I mean,
It's like
maybe a
outside their
bone would
mouth.
work.
She kind of like shakes her head and like kind of like taps her forehead. No, they're hellhounds. They're not going to care about a bone. I think we should just try to sneak by. Quit being cute. Just get in.
Right.
Alright. What would be the best way around them? Would we have to go like a far way, or could we just continue on our normal path?
That's a good question. Are they blocking our path? Like, are they?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, boop, with advantage. So that's an 8.
We're all kind of looking at it. Can we all check out the best way?
Hmm.
Oh, that's where that sound's coming from. Yeah, Jesse, we can hear your fan.
You gonna hear my fan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Shiori, you don't see any alternative method for getting around this. You just see two hellhounds standing only half hidden by the rubble, but they still appear to be, manning the door, but are also like standing in such a way that they're, partly hidden, so not seen right away by people coming up.
So if there's a lot of rubble around, is there a way to climb over the wall?
No, you're through the wall. No. This is into the cathedral.
Oh.
They're manning the door
I misunderstood.
into the what looks to be a cathedral.
So they're stopping us. They are basically stopping our progress. We can't sneak past them.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna do as
Oh, sorry. Advantage. Cool.
Yeah, Rhiannon. Oh, Will, most definitely. You're looking at that. You're looking at your own people, and realizing that, wait a second, we are incredibly stealthy motherfuckers. We can just, sneak. Use the fact that they can't be seen as easily by people coming in to your advantage, because they also can't see you necessarily if you just start walking like squatted down into the rubble with your current amount of stealthiness. Basically, you guys are stealthy enough right now that you could walk in through those doors without being seen.
All right. Well, I will relay the plan of movement to the party. Move up to that rubble, past that one, over there, past that, behind that one, and then through there, and then they won't notice us. Basically, is what I will tell them.
Are you sure about this? The last time we followed your instructions, I didn't.
Who are you talking? Who are you talking to?
She kind of just looks down and just nods. It's the sneaky one.
Everyone understands stealth. It's him.
Fair.
I took a course in how not to be seen
Or heard.
or noticed, or in some cases, listened to.
Hey. All right, lead the way then.
All right, this way. And I will take them on the path through.
Alrighty. Alright. As you successfully get through past the two hellhounds, which, are usually pretty good sentries, but you guys are, again, very sneaky. You're a great sneaky party. And you get past them without incident. But as soon as you get through the, converted open door, what seems to have, some, used to be something that probably was from a past time and has now been warped a bit, you notice for, a few seconds, from everybody else's perspective, Rhiannon seems to space out. And for Rhiannon, I've got something here.
Yeah, then.
Alright. Because remember, we talked about this from last time.
Yeah, no.
No. Okay. So as you pass through the door, the odd door where time and space seem to have warped a bit here in Hell, you get a very strange sensation. You feel yourself like pulled up out of your body for a moment. Well, not really a moment. Well, a moment as far as your friends are concerned. For you, see something really weird and very much unexpected. Give me 1 second to collect my thoughts on that, because I had it all planned out in my head last week, and then I didn't spend this week thinking about it, unfortunately.
No, you're
So
good.
give me 1
Take
second.
your time. Take your time.
I also have to send somebody a message, sorry. Okay. So you see pretty much a lot of the hellish landscape, but not Baldur's Gate in it. It's kind of like, what you would expect from Avernus, like, if you were actually down on the surface of it, rather than out here in what we consider, right here, right now. Like, you're in a different time, in a different place, and you're, like, not there, but there, if you know what I mean? Like, you're just an you feel yourself just be an observer. It's like a very intense dream, but it feels more real than that. You don't feel the actual area itself, but you feel connected to the events. It's if you're kind of like watching them on the screen, but of course Rihanna would have no frame of reference to that. So you see what looks like a long, winding, riverish situation. But you also get the feeling that it's not exactly a river. It's a river because that's how your brain interprets it. But not a river at the same time. It's like, wants to mess with your mind, even just with you guys, even with this, you looking at it. You really don't, you just kind of get the feeling that it's not a good idea to be any really close to that thing. But you do see two figures, or really one figure and one, what kind of looks like kind of this reddish shadow. It's the best way to describe it. Like, not exactly a fire, but, a shadow in form, but it's red in color instead of black, if you know what I mean. Like a shadow, but made out of red and maybe made out of fire, except it's more defined than that. The figure down there, it looks very familiar. The one that seems to be screaming. Right next to this river. Like, they're clutching what appears to be their head with, like, one hand, except that one side of their body appears to be half melted. As if they, like, just caused massive amounts of damage and really should not be able to move or make sound to begin with, because this would be, like, a fatal sort of injury, at least as far as, your mindset would be concerned. And you just, they have every appearance as if they just crawled out of that river. And the red shadow that's hanging over top of them seems to be attempting to get their attention, and it seems to be yelling at them. Remind me, you speak Abyssal?
I'm pretty sure. Let me check. She speaks a ridiculous amount of languages.
Yes. Gotta look for that.
Yes.
Okay, so you hear this gravelly, grumbly kind of voice saying, "Get yourself together before those devils get coming here. Yes, I know you're not remembering anything right now. That thing tore you apart just like you said it would, but you still have to pay attention, even though I can't. And the thing just keeps growling. It seems to keep growling at him until it kind of like moves inside the other figure. Like you can kind of tell that that's what that's doing because of where the entire like right side of it, this thing's body has been like torn away or melted or something. The shadow seems to be taking up space. Like you see an arm, what's left of a face, kind of like zoom up, and it's like making the figure just kind of pull into control and saying, "Okay, yeah, if we don't get out of here soon, both of us, it's not going to have mattered that we got out of that prison. So you just use that thing that I gave you and remember who the fuck you are. Now, come on. And you just kind of see it looks like the shadow thing is kind of moving along the body of whatever you were looking at from a distance, away. Just as you see at another side of the river, several more of those. You would recognize them now as those fallen paladin types, riding up on their nightmares, along with a few other indistinct kind of devils. And just like that, the vision kind of vanishes from your mind. And
would I recognize the figure as is the figure that absorbed the shadow? Can I make out if the shape, like, is it humanoid? Is it
perception check.
dragonoid? Dragonkin? I don't dragonoid, whatever. Nope, that's performance.
You get the vague impression of, humanoid, dragonoid sort of being, yes.
And the shadow as well?
The shadow, that
More amorphous?
more amorphous, bigger from what you can fathom, very red, and you're pretty sure that when it was moving around separately that it had 4 arms instead of 2. And and wings, for that matter, actually. You would have seen the vague impression of wings on that shadow thing. Well, the other thing also has wings, but, sorry.
Okay. No, you're good.
Yeah, the wings on the shadow thing are far more defined, whereas the one that, the other one just looks like, a roiling mess at this point. Alright.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Oh, the back.
Alright, so, as far as the rest of you guys are concerned, that only lasted a few seconds. Rhiannon, you're back in your normal space. You see that no real time has transpired. Everybody's just barely walked into the cathedral. And you see at the top of the stairs, you're inside an open archway that leads into a long hall containing 8 columns. Some of these columns have been carved to represent Torum, but you can tell that there's magic warping them. The magic here in Avernus, the same sort of magic that caused Will to summon an imp rather than his normal cat. And you can see that there is other representations in the likeness of a winged female devil wielding a luminous sword, also known as the picture that's in your backdrop there.
You mean the beholder over there?
No! That's this.
The beholder.
That's not even a beholder up there, that's a skull.
Yes!
It's a flaming skull.
Beholder.
That's a cool sword.
Hmm?
Rhiannon will go up to the columns and just look at the depictions and try to, I don't know. She'll say under her breath, this just is very odd to see in a temple like this.
Lulu, who's still at her side, is staring at them, blinking. And she kind of looks over at Rhiannon. Again, how many of you speak Celestial?
Rhiannon?
I speak Gnomish.
So was it just Rhiannon?
Think so.
I speak the opposite of that.
Does he hear it backwards?
So the Lulu seems to be distressed and is mumbling something into Rhiannon's ear.
What's wrong?
Oh wait, you talking about Celeste?
In Celestial, yeah. Oh, that's right, you also speak Celestial.
Hey, I know that.
How far away are you? Roll perception check.
Okay, doke. I'm gonna listen in on your shit. You can't hide from me. Okay, maybe you can.
You
hide.
don't hear her whispering.
Gotcha.
Can't hide from me. Never mind.
What was that you were saying?
Can't hide from me. Oh, guess it was nothing. Skyrim God.
Rhiannon turns and looks to Lulu. You can't be serious.
Lulu, the little elephant, seems to be crying. You can see her wiping her trunk along her eyes, and she seems to be sniffling, and like the little golden tears just kind of spill out of
There. Oh God. Oh
What'd you say to it, Rhiannon?
I didn't say anything to it. I'm sorry. She just like takes like a cloth out of her bag and just starts like wiping the poor little thing's tears. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Awaken mind to everybody. And she points to the column. You see that lovely devil right.
If you wish to identify the devil, roll either religion or arcana check.
Rhiannon will do that, but she's gonna say what she did. No.
Nope.
Oh yeah, watch this. You guys don't know how to do religion. Here we go. Oh.
Okay, so far none of you. Let's see, we're missing one person. Tobias, do you want to roll?
I
No,
rolled.
Quentin. Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Quentin was the one missing. Sorry, my bad.
I don't know her name, but that right there is Lulu's angel, and that she says that to everybody and wake them up.
No, that's not Angel.
That's no angel.
You hear in your heads the little wailing Hollyphant saying, oh, "That's her, but she looks all wrong. That's her.
What happened to her?
I don't know." And she just kind of pulls her trunk around the pillar for a moment, and then just kind of lets it go. We have to do something.
It's okay.
It looks like someone switched sides.
It does. I have heard of fallen angels before.
Well, it's a term, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember she wanted to fight demons, but she
Demons, specifically?
she wanted to fight demons. Yes, she hated demons. They hated the chaos of them, the fact that they were going to destroy everything if allowed to continue on, and so she wanted to do anything she could to fight them. But
Seems like
this is the end result.
What was her opinion on devils?
Well, I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't think I know anything. Oh God, Fluffy, that is an appropriate picture.
Oh, perfect picture. Well done, Fluffy.
Oh my god, change team. Alright.
10 points to Fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. My bet would be Lulu if you said that.
Anybody else see her cut out?
Shh. Sorry. I would put money on that if she would do anything to get rid of demons. I'm just thinking about this whole blood war. She probably made some sort of deal with the devil.
Lulu is currently sucking her trunk. She's just still looking very distraught.
I do believe the heavens and good aligned are a little bit too passive in the blood war. Although for them it's probably nothing but something good to keep two evils fighting each other. I can see
More-
her frustration.
More interested in fighting each other than getting rid of the evil. Letting it exist.
You know, if the heavens were to assist the hells, the abyss would lose, probably.
Yeah, but do we really want Hell to take over the lands of the Abyss, though?
Well, no. It's a strange stalemate.
It just seems like she went to an extreme to try to make a change.
I'm sure we'll be able to find more out when things come around.
Well, Rhiannon will turn and she'll pull out her little journal and she'll like give Lulu. She'll put Lulu over her, and she'll turn and just make a little charcoal sketch of the figure, and just make note while everybody's just talking.
Remind me, Grace, was this like in the center of the?
There's basically
cathedral?
a bunch of columns that have carvings in them. Some of them are torn, but others of them, much like the way your cat got turned into an imp, have the likeness of this winged female devil on them.
Oh.
Hmm.
So the whole cathedral has turned infernal.
Yeah. Well, the whole cathedral has been, brought back from an earlier time in Baldur's Gate history, and it's also been warped into infernal. Yes.
Rhiannon's a smart cookie when it comes to religion. Would she know the values that Torm for its followers?
1 second. I would think so. Roll a religion check.
Okay.
You remember the name Torm, and you kind of recognize the look of Torm, but you don't really remember anything else. You just go, huh. It's like, why can't I remember anything about Torm right now? God damn it, why can't I remember?
She accidentally she's so used to chewing on the end of her quill whenever she puts a piece of charcoal in her mouth and then spits it up.
Nom nom.
You hungry?
Yeah, you got some food?
Got some bread and cheese.
Mm,
I mean, I'll take a piece of cheese.
mm,
Sure, here you go.
Thank you.
mm.
She'll eat cheese and finish her drawing.
Isn't that the slimy cheese that he had in his pocket?
So, the funny thing about cheese, Ralthor, is if you let it age, the better it gets.
I'm not even gonna try it. It's fine. You eat that cheese.
She kind of looks at Ralthor and just puts a little bit in her mouth and shrugs.
Anyway, where to now?
As you guys look up, looking around left and right, north and south, really, around here, you kind of look ahead, and suddenly, your attention has been pulled away from the columns, and you notice the remains of 4 guards, laying dead in the doorways to the west of you. They look to be a bit eviscerated. Their blood and some of their guts is kind of spread along the floor to the west.
Somebody had a good Friday night.
I doubt that was a good one. I'm guessing that's where they try to hold the defense. Maybe if we keep going that way, we'll find their last
Maybe.
their last stand.
This way. Let's go.
So we walk past the dead bodies to the west.
Rhiannon's gonna look over to see if there's anything on the bodies worth taking.
Roll investigation check. All right, you spend a couple minutes poking around, and pretty much just what you find is a couple of coins, one of them seems to have a locket of some kind, which just has just a little sketch of a woman inside, most likely a spouse or a loved one.
She'll take the locket.
All right. As you enter into the rooms, the grand rooms west, you appear to be in a large grand foyer. You see two spiral staircases leading up, and you see evidence of this is probably one of the areas that, instead of being knocked down and completely when the castle was built, this is probably a place that was kept intact and incorporated into the castle and used as some grand display place, because here and there you see what appears to be like half of a side table that's tipped over. It's like perfectly in half, and what was on that side table and like half of a rug underneath of it looked like they belong in a grand foyer rather than a grand cathedral. But the majority of it does look like it's again a cathedral with symbols dedicated to Torm, and the occasional partially destroyed banner that looks like it belongs more to a palace. Around you do see a few curtains that look like they've been shredded by weapons or maybe claws, along with the half-formed banners. And there are continuing paths heading off to the west that would lead you deeper into the cathedral area.
The spiral staircases you mentioned, do they join up again, or do they...
No, so basically you're walking into the Grand Hall. There's one to the north of you, one to the south of you. Both are going up.
So what do you think, Will? Explore the bottom first or go up?
Do we see any place that looks like it's... how to say... I don't know, more battle scarred than the rest?
That's a good question. From looking around at this, first, roll me a perception check.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and as you look around, you can see that there are definitely some battles fought in here, things stirred up, but it looks like the majority of the mess that you're seeing is concentrated to the north and west before leading into the main central altar area of the cathedral.
Alright, well, it looks like battles were concentrated in the north and west over there, heading towards that area.
Alright.
I don't know if you want to check out the other areas beforehand, or if we should just keep going.
Do I hear any sounds of commotion?
What perception check? As you're listening very carefully, you think you hear the sound of somebody possibly whimpering or, gasping for breath somewhere above your heads.
Above us. Someone's gasping for breath. I hear it. Let's go.
Let's get up the staircase.
Lead the way. We go up the stairs?
Alright. So, you find yourself in a rather large balcony that overlooks the Grand Cathedral itself, where most likely the choir would be held, and there appears to be ways off towards the defensive turrets nearby to the east. But the first thing that attracts your attention is situated atop this balcony is a very grand pipe organ. Its ivory keys practically glow, even as its ebony keys seem to absorb all light.
Well, we're not stopping to play music.
Sure is too focused on where that sound was coming from.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm following Shiori.
You can tell, Shiori, that is coming from the north and east of here. From one of the defensive turrets.
She's got her sword and shield out.
Yeah, following Shiori.
Following.
Ready for anything to happen.
Think that
As you merge in, you see a man, appears to be dressed in a guard's uniform, curled up in the corner of the defensive turret, whimpering softly to himself and rocking back and forth. You hear, "Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay."
Sir.
He appears to be hyperventilating.
Calm down.
So much for a god.
Take a chill pill, dude.
well, we're in hell.
Yeah, just chill out.
Sometimes you can't train people for things like this.
Yeah, these were people trained to guard off against insurgents. People.
Not devils.
I'll walk over to the man.
Yeah,
Rhiannon
she's
will as well.
in front of him as well.
Rhiannon will stay behind Shiori.
Alright. The turret does have some arrow slits, but they are, while possible to view out the grounds below, the slits themselves are much too small even for small creatures to get through. So as far as this guy is concerned, the only way in and out is that door that you just walked in. And he's just, curled in that corner, knees to his chest, arms wrapped around them, just kind of mumbling to himself, not even seeming to notice that you guys are there.
Hello? Listen, you've been through a lot, I understand that, but things are not going to get better by you sitting in a corner.
Roll a persuasion check.
Dun, dun, dun.
Persuasion. Oof. Persuasion, there we go. +1.
He looks at it. It looks at a moaning whimper. And just kind of curls his finger. He reaches up with his hands and curls his fingers into his hair and says, "No, no, no."
That was my best shot.
Will.
What?
You're not very convincing, Will. You should maybe not try again ever.
Wow.
Rude.
I'm just being honest. We were all thinking it. I'm the only one with the guts to say it.
I'll just, what am I gonna do? What should I do in this situation? Decision die.
May the dice gods be ever in your favor.
Yeah, there you go. She's gonna do something a little different than she would normally. Interesting. She's going to essentially try to comfort him by, just kind of embracing the person, just comfort him, being like, "It's fine. You will be fine."
Persuasion check.
Rhiannon leans over. Here, have a drink of this. Maybe with advantage, and she hands him the flask.
Oh shit!
Doesn't need it.
The man finally looks up at you guys with his red-rimmed eyes. He stares up into Shiori's calming face and just kind of breathes in sharply and breathes out, "Everything's gonna be okay." And then he spots the flask, and he even gives a little smile and immediately accepts and takes a long drink back, not realizing it's an enchanted flask.
He's gonna get his money's worth.
It was free.
Yes, fair.
His eyes just kind of bulge after a minute of realizing that the flask isn't getting any lighter, and immediately pulls it from his lips.
Rhiannon's just smiling and nodding.
He's now smiling in return. Thanks.
Hey, are you hurt?
No, I'm just. Oh, it's been horrible here.
Do you have a weapon?
He kind of looks down and he pulls out his sword and offers it to Will. There you go.
No. You are going to help us.
I am?
Yes, and then in doing so, probably help yourself.
Oh?
We can help you defend this place for what it's worth. Isn't that right, Rhiannon?
Yes.
I don't want that dragon thing come back.
Excuse me.
Sorry?
Pardon?
He tries to remember the name of it. I don't know. It's got white scales and white wings, and it had all these cultists with it. It was
Was it a dragon?
Is it a white
Are you
dragon?
sure it was a dragon?
Human sized, he corrects, but not a dragonborn. It had wings, and it was very much more of a dragon.
Ogre?
No.
No white dragon
He's not
at
white,
all.
yeah. Black dragon. Well, technically Lich, Logan, but yeah.
Are you talking about a half dragon?
I don't know. It's got these really long arms, and it's carrying a huge sword. He kind of shakes his head. I think it was nearby. It was up here, and I heard screams and running, and
Listen, help
But,
us gather more of the survivors, and you won't have to face it alone.
kind of nods slowly.
Would I recognize it from that description?
Yeah, Rhiannon's
roll
curious.
an Arcana check.
I think
Oh.
we'll as well. He's not going to do well, but fuck it.
Okay, Biddy and Rhiannon, you don't know exactly what they're called, but it kind of sparks a memory, and you realize, wait a second, I'm in hell. That kind of makes sense, because there's a group of devils that serve Tiamat directly, and they look like small dragons. I just don't remember what they're called and exactly what they do. Just that they serve Tiamat.
I have an idea. If we're gonna have the survivors group or gather in some place, I mean, is that smart? Is that a good idea? Should we make this like a haven for people to come to?
Well, it's better than having them just sit in a corner of a room, rocking back and forth, just waiting death.
All right. That being said, do we need to kill the hellhounds out front?
Hopefully, the hellhounds don't know about the survivors inside and won't enter.
Well, I'm saying as we go through the rest of this area, if people need to come here. I don't know.
I feel like the hellhounds can be dealt with once we've gathered everyone up inside. The
Okay.
people.
Agreed.
Okay. No, that's better. It was just a thought.
Yeah. I understand.
See, I
People,
listen.
people outside cannot be brought in yet. This place is not safe.
All right.
Did we hear another set of whimpering? Did you say, Gris, when we get up the staircase, there was
No,
one
it
to
was-
north and one
it-
to east?
No, there were defensive turrets, one to the north, one to the south, as you head to the east from the stairs. But the whimpering was only coming from the northeast.
Right.
So from this turret. Where do you plan to go?
Currently, we're just
The man
looking
asks.
through. Hold on. Do you know where people went to hold off in defense?
Here in the cathedral. I mean, it used to be the open up until this place got pulled into the hells, it was the Duke's palace, but now it's a cathedral. I mean, I heard from some of the others that it used to be a cathedral before the...
Yes. We've already gotten through that part of the knowledge.
Okay. But,
Speak a bit faster, please.
People were gathering inside, and then just a bit ago, the attack started, and the other guards up here went downstairs. I think they're all dead. I haven't heard them come back.
But if you were surely trained to defend this place, surely, where would you go to hold off?
Well, it's been over a week and everything since Baldur's Gate got pulled here, so we've had some time to study the cathedral, and I think most of the survivors were heading down to the catacombs.
The catacombs, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
We go down then.
That makes sense. Right.
There's a hidden switch over by the altar. I think that's how you get there. I'm not absolutely sure though. I might be confusing it with something else. There might be some other people hiding in the chapel or something. I don't know.
All right. Well, that is good. We now know the location of the secret switch and where they most likely held out in their defense. Let's find some more people if we can, and then head down.
All right.
Great.
Stay out of sight. Don't leave the cathedral.
Yeah.
And if you see anybody, let them know that we're gonna make this a safe haven. And she'll be like, I do need that back, and she will grab them and take them. Sorry.
So I do. No, that was my note to give back.
I need this.
Yes, you do.
Right. So, was there any other rooms up here?
Up here, I take a look around, and pretty much the only main features are the two turrets. There does appear to be a further balcony that looks out on the courtyard outside, but that might attract additional attention.
Right.
The stairs going back down, and that pipe organ.
Well, no one is going to hide inside a pipe organ, so let's go down the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
And blaring down on the pipe organ would probably attract a unnecessary amount of attention.
Yeah, man. But
Would the pipe organ be heard throughout the whole building?
Oh God.
no,
Yes.
Roll an
want
intelligence
to.
check.
Sure.
If you roll low, I will hit you in the nuts.
I mean,
Shillelagh.
doesn't
Going
mean I'm
for
gonna... Look, Will, I'm gonna kick your ass if you're not careful.
Actually, Logan, you get an advantage on this because you're a musician.
Oh, okay.
Thank the gods. Don't roll lower, please. God damn it!
Rolls lower.
Rolled one more.
Thanks for jinxing me. Thanks for jinxing me, Cheryl. Really,
Don't.
thank you.
Like, knowing
Good job,
Logan
Shadow.
being a bard, could I
Just
say
my
that Will was looking at Logan as we walked near the organ, like, don't.
I'm just taking a note of it if we need it for later, okay?
When are we going to need it for later?
You're gonna
I
play
don't know.
a concerto for some devils.
Look,
because
if
that
it's searched
would
throughout the whole
surely-
building, I could do something with it. Don't worry about it.
I am concerned about it, Logan. Like as we're walking, I'm concerned. Like it didn't. Did you notice like how it kind
You
of?
just looked at it.
I did just look at it. I'm not gonna touch it. It looked like it was glowing.
Yeah, all he did was look at it, man. He didn't say like, "Oh, I'm gonna play the organ now." God knows you guys have enough reasons to kill me already. I'm not that stupid.
Wow, as long as you know.
I mean, the first time we walked into this area, like you wanted to walk down the street playing music.
I'm sorry. You guys want to kill everything?
Well, Logan, you're just—it's just that you seem to draw a lot of attention.
A lot is an
And
understatement.
as you can sense, like with how we are going through this area, that goes a little bit against our standards, doesn't it?
That's your problem, not mine. I can't take this away from the people.
You can't take you away from. Wow.
Anyway, this was a long set of staircase.
Yes, it was. It was a very long staircase.
So you guys have left the balcony to head back down to the main the main cathedral.
Just down. It's just at the bottom staircase where you said we could branch off before.
Yeah, well, both the staircases like lead to the same space up there. Like you went up and you saw the exact same thing on the opposite side. So you went back down, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So as soon as you do, you seem to have surprised a group in front of you. Bad, icky things that you probably did not want to run into.
Oh.
Joy.
Anyway, I started blasting.
You see in front of you a pair of hellhounds that don't look like the same ones that you just ran into. That they're just kind of growling as soon as they see you. And something that probably none of you have seen before. It looks kind of like a walking suit of armor. With this this mask kind of centered down over to where the opening of the top of the armor would be, except it's kind of slid down. The mask itself kind of is like the face of a baby, almost. That's the best way I can describe it. Holding in its hands, you see a really large pike, like an axe on a halberd, actually, is what it's referred to as. And it seems to be staring at you, though you have no idea if it actually is, considering, again, its face is just a mask. I think, there are the survivors. And it lets loose the hellhounds. Can you please arrange yourself going forward here? Which direction, which way you guys are lined up at the moment?
Where is the staircase? And
like the staircases would be like here, and the things coming from this direction. So
Rhiannon was kind of hanging with Will and talking with Logan too. So
Sure.
I
it's
get-
on the front.
I think
Yeah.
we're on the staircase basically.
But he would be behind
that
Shiori.
and Ralph,
Stay.
where's
Such a
Ralph?
coward.
Behind
But
you,
But he's actually hiding behind Shiori.
Let's see.
Oop, I did not select my token.
You slap your token.
So this is what you see.
Oh, actually, I have advantage. Wait, did I roll the advantage? It did.
yeah, it should be in.
That's creepy as hell.
Yeah, too bad I don't have
Something
a
is
full
going to
handout
die.
for that. Because it
That's
is
like a-
creepy.
Fuck is that?
It is extremely creepy. That mask alone is always creeping me out because it looks like a doll head or a
Oh,
baby
God.
head or something like
Yeah,
that.
it does.
Well, at least
Why?
it's not a small doll creeping around in dark shadows with a knife.
That did not look
Really?
like a standard doll. That looked like a cloth voodoo doll that suddenly grew
yeah.
spiky claws. No, it wasn't. Next time I'll assault you with a Chucky like doll, shall I?
Oh no.
Whereas I do have a handout for hellhounds. Excellent.
Aww.
Oh boy.
If only Beast was here, he could use a second pet.
4 of them.
Beast doesn't have the proper
Jesus.
alignment to control them.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go get more coffee while we wait for.
Yes,
Charlotte.
Evil Fluffy found the picture.
Oh, why, Fluffy?
Oh god. Give me a second.
I think you wanted to share
the
Roll
nightmares.
for Initiative.
I'm quickly gonna grab something to drink.
Jesus.
Set up.
It looks like what are they called? Those guys from Bioshock.
A big daddy, except with a baby.
Baby
except
with
except
baby
with a,
mask and an axe.
Yes. Yeah, kind of. To me, they're just creepy devils.
I'm gonna get more coffee.
Alright. So, Shiori, you're up first.
Hmm. This is fine.
Everything's fine.
I'm gonna get rid of the. Try to get rid of the little these things first. Let's see here. First strike. One hand because I had the shield, so. And second strike. Oh. 10 because of it magic. If they both hit.
Alright. So. Yeah, so that is a 10 altogether. And necrotic if takes 10 necrotic if not undead? Oh, on a 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
20, and then I gain temporary. Basically, it gives me temporary HP by draining people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
So yeah, this thing loses 10 hit points.
And yeah, that's it for now.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys didn't have time with your for your short rest. And just as a reminder, your fly hasn't quite timed out yet. So you still have fly for this encounter, if you need to use it. So you also might want to put fly on all of your tokens for the moment, because it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case.
I'll just put that. So I remember I can fly.
Yeah.
It was good. You a 60-foot movement, which is nice.
Oh, I forgot to put to do both hellhounds. Oof.
And our guard friend.
No, guard friend stayed up in the tower.
What? You bastard.
Pussy.
I may have gotten him drunk. It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't think he'd be much.
that's why, because it's like, I made a roll. He did not succeed in his Constitution saving throw, so he is currently drunk, and he would not be useful for anything because he would be loud, he wouldn't be able to stealth, and he really can't fight because he would have disadvantage on everything. So he's just staying in that tower. So Shiori went, and now the other hellhound. Other hellhound snarls, seeing you attacking its companion, comes over here with pack tactics.
Cool.
And bites.
All right.
Ralthor.
Hi. Yes. Yes. Let's see what we can do. So am I currently in the stairway, or?
I think you're currently on the stairs, which are these spiral things coming down. So you see everything too.
Okay, so I will take a fire at this.
Also, remember everybody has fly, so you can also fly off the stairs and just attack things.
I'm gonna fly up and attack this guy.
Okay.
Pew.
Oh,
hit him.
nice. 16
I don't know
points
if
of
I
damage.
actually had stealth or not, but
Well, it doesn't matter. It's engaged in battle with Shuri, which means you get sneak attack.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. And that'll end my turn because I can only attack once.
Yeah. Rhiannon.
She'll push off the stairs, and she will fly over to...
Little Lulu trailing you all along.
She will with advantage.
Give me a second. Okay. Oddly enough, yeah. I was checking for a second to make sure that it wasn't actually made out of fire, because that would have really hurt if you bare-fisted on that. But no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's warmer than most things you punch, but thankfully it's not burning your hands. So let's add a cry of pain as you strike it.
She's gonna spend a key, and she is going to. She's gonna spend a key in patient defense.
All right.
Bonus action, and that's her turn.
Will. All right.
Well,
You might be muted.
Sorry, I was hard muted on my microphone. I was like, Discord is not muted, what the fuck? No, sorry. I will go invisible using my...
Cloak of invisibility?
Actually, no, I will not. Because I can do this as a action.
Oh,
I forgot you had this.
So...
The
I'm
bag
gonna
of
roll,
fuzzy creatures.
Yes, I'm gonna roll a 1d8. And throw it, so it lands here. Hopefully it can distract.
All right.
I will basically fly.
Roll your dexterity check to see if you can actually make it that far with your throw.
Oh, I'm gonna say I'm gonna fly up so that I hopefully can make it easier for myself.
Yeah, so you get advantage on that. And you could throw up to 20 feet away, so...
Alright, advantage on dexterity there.
Which means you'd have to get closer unless you want to throw it there or there.
Yeah, but I'm flying in the air, so
Yeah. There we go.
I'm up.
Alright, it lands in the square. Roll your
And
1d8.
it is a
Uh-oh. What is it gonna be?
rat.
Of all the things.
Hey, Ralphor!
Hey, Ralphor, it's a rat that's gonna burn in a second. Does that
Oh,
remind you of anything?
I didn't mean it that way!
thanks.
And Shillelagh.
Jesus.
Of all the numbers.
Of all of the 8 numbers.
Literally, any other one would have been better.
I love that Shuttle went for something and I was like, hey, I can make that bad thing.
Bob, sorry.
The rat looks very confused.
Well, I mean, it's fighting on my side. It shouldn't be confused. It sees its enemies, it goes, I can take them.
It's Mighty Mouse.
Yes, it's
Oh,
a mighty,
God.
mighty mouse. It's going to kill both of these hellhounds.
Brave mouse.
I swear.
It works.
Crits.
Hold on, did I get to attack with the mouse now?
What does your bag of tricks say?
I don't have the description here. Hold on. Hold on. Bullshit. Let's see.
Mighty Mouse. Those were the days.
Come on. You can use an action and cause turns into consulting the table. The creature vanishes now. The creature friendly to you, and it acts on your turn. Would it act on this turn?
Yes.
In that case, the rat is going to attack the hellhound.
You have it under your control, so you can just make a roll for it on the
Yes.
sheet.
Bite it.
Which one?
Doesn't matter.
There are 2 of them there. Which one do you want to bite?
The one in the.
And you completely miss.
Yes.
7. That's just so funny.
Wait, does that rat count as an ally?
It sure
Yes,
does.
it does.
It is traded to allies.
You just fucking thing. It's fun.
Oh, hold on. It acts on my turn, so I can make it move as well.
It get attacks of opportunity if you try to move it.
Yeah, if it moves anywhere.
Besides,
Right.
it's giving Biddy
Advantage!
Yes. The hell is like looking behind it, like what the fuck?
Huzzah!
It probably got like just like a bit of hair.
And then, huzzah!
Oh, you forgot to roll sneak attack for your first one.
My sneak attack doesn't work for the first
Oh, I
one.
forgot the longsword.
Because the first
Right.
one's a longsword, yeah.
Well, that is actually quite enough damage to do the Hellhound in. Yeah, the Hellhound does exactly what you just said, Will. It, here's the rat behind it, goes, what? It gets that, what the fuck look in its face, turns its head around just as, Biddy comes charging up with his longsword and rapier. He just crisscrosses the blades across this Hellhound before he has a chance to turn back on him. And the Hellhound lets out a gurgling noise as it collapses to the ground in front of you.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I wanted.
Gurgle noise.
Logan.
Doop, de doop, de doop, de doop, de doop. Okay, my character sheet is finally open. No one. No, is anyone seriously hurt now? Mm,
No, also I'm only 13 down.
yeah. Do I have any ranged? I don't have any ranged. I'll just healing words Shiori. And then, as my action, I'm gonna make some lights dance, I guess.
Yeah,
Don't say-
light up the situation.
The the baby-faced thing in front of you takes a look at the dead Hellhound, and seems to gaze down at the rest of you and says, "You just killed my dog." And it seems to be looking right towards where Biddy is currently standing.
Oh.
It pulls out a heavy crossbow. Moves down a bit, takes aim at the halfling. And
Miss.
hold on, I'm just
The
making
rat-
I'm just double checking
The
something.
rat jumps up and takes the bolt out of the.
I was reading deflect missiles just then to see if
Ow!
Oh.
You know,
good
I put
note.
out.
that's low damage.
You
Yeah.
hear the mirror gun. You hear this thing say, "I will be carving your soul from your body, halfling."
I thought that was gonna be harder. I'm surprised you're so bad at shooting. That didn't do that much of damage. I hardly felt that.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk shit.
Ah, I'm getting
Yeah.
some lag here. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to open up the things.
Yours finds.
I'm still trying to remember something. 1 second. Oh, right. That's how I find that out. Cone is ever expanding, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I think, yep, until its range is maxed
Yeah.
out.
Yes. So, the Hellhound is going to step away from Shiori, which means Shiori gets an attack of opportunity on it.
Oh, good. I smack it.
Pop it.
Okay. Now you smack it, it just growls at you, taking the damage. Opens up its mouth, and bursts out a cone of fire breath, which will hit the rat, killing it instantly. Shiori, Rhiannon, Will, and Biddy.
Oh,
But
I was
I'm
gonna
up
have-
in the air.
Oh,
That's
that's
it?
right. Will is flying. Oh, wait, no, it's you're only flying what, 10 feet above the ground?
We never stated, so I don't know. I mean, I
Rhiannon's on the ground because she hit it. So
I was at the staircase. I had to fly over the railing
Well,
to get where I was.
you were on the stairs, and they just circling.
Yeah.
So I'm
If-
picturing like 10 feet off the ground. But to make it fair, let's roll a 1d20. If you hit the
Alright.
20, you were actually higher. It would be just outside the 15-foot cone. But you're still within the 15 foot because it's a cone. It's up and down. It's not just
Yeah.
on the line.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're still within the 15 feet. You're up. But it hits. Yeah, it kills your rat. It hits Shiori, Rhiannon, Biddy, and you. Let's see, dexterity saving throws.
Yay, I take half.
Rhiannon will use evasion and take.
GM rolls a bunch of nat ones.
Yay!
So it's
I only
only
take-
Ooh.
So it's only
Alright.
16 damage to some of you, and the others of you only get 8, and then
That's
Rhiannon
half
gets
of the.
none?
Do I get hits?
No, Logan and Ralthor, you're fine where you're at. Just outside the fire range.
I'm going to have to use reaction, I think, to cast absorb elements.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
That it's not one. There you go. There's a text. I take half damage instead.
That's good. That means you take 8.
Yes, because I just didn't move at all and just got hit by the full blast.
Yeah. But Logan, yeah, you see the flames flame out just before they could reach you, and instead of you catching on fire.
Hold up, is my shirt inside out? I think
You know?
Is there a tag in the back that's sticking out?
It's actually imprinted into the shirt. So.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
I'm
most
just gonna-
modern shirts have that or imprint because I hate those tags.
Yeah.
They scratch.
I hate
I am
tags, too.
very skin sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Tags are
I
evil.
think I'm skin sensitive when I'm high. So, oh wait, you're streaming. I won't say anything. I'll wait until after stream.
Dude.
Anyway,
About that.
you just check my shirt.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious, dude. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna remove the rat because it's.
Okay, no, I'm good.
I already removed it.
Poor-
It's dead.
Ah, yeah, I had the.
Poor rat.
Shiori!
It fought valiantly.
It gave me the needed advantage.
I'm gonna move there for now.
Now, done.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move there. I'm going to Hexblade's Curse as a bonus action on the big guy. I'll post what that does here. And on myself, I'm going to use a spell slot and cast an oldie but a goodie.
Who's got the Hexblade's Curse?
The big babyface
Okay.
person. Armor of Agathis,
Yay.
which is 5 temporary HP per level, so that's 20 temporary HP.
That's a good armor. Ralthor!
He will fly up higher than Logan and shoot that guy. Actually,
The Hellhound?
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, I could shoot 50 feet, 60 feet that I could shoot, right? Yeah.
And you get sneak attack because you're with, you got allies within range.
Woo! Get ready for the wrath of Ralthor! Holy shit!
17. That's
Here,
nice.
As the Hellhound, gets hit in the flank, turns its eyes towards you, Ralthor.
Hi.
I might need a new mouse too. Rhiannon! Never mind,
She'll
just cat hair that embedded itself in here.
seeing the hellhound like focus on Ralthor. She'll be like, no, 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 bad dog. Pop, pop.
Yeah, have some forceful pats.
So you just take one strike with your fist and just smash it into the side of the hellhound's head. The skull inside seems to just collapse, and the whole thing just goes down to the ground.
Good dog. Goes over here. Second hit.
Gotta love magic fists. Ooh. This thing apparently did not consider that you would be able to hurt it.
Flurry of blows, spending a key.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Yes.
And then with
It's
that,
what we get.
Monks are
sh-
OP.
she is going to
Yeah.
extract aspect.
Alright, you know the following. It is resistant to cold. It is resistant to normal damage that are from non-magical weapons that aren't silvered. It is immune to fire and poison. It cannot be frightened or poisoned in any respect. Oh, and by the way, the voice that you've been hearing has been purely telepathic.
Oh, good. She'll yell out, yeah, don't use cold. Make sure it's magical. No fire, no poison. Don't try to scare it. And she'll just relay everything to the group.
Ralthor hands just, go back to normal instead of blue. Is fine. How are you doing now?
Will.
Will is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 fly down there. And he's going to drop another rat on him.
Alright.
So yeah, he's gonna use his bag of tricks.
And where would you like this rat or whatever it is to fall?
Like you assume it's a rat.
I assume it's a rat. Hold on, I'm just gonna put this out so it's easy to see what it's going to be. I'm gonna drop it right there.
Okay.
Please be a bear. Something big.
Yeah, roll the dexterity saving throw, but it's mostly formality. Unless you get a nat 1, it's going to land directly there.
Okay. So, there you go.
If you're close enough, yeah. It lands there. Roll a 1d8. A giant goat!
Yes! It's not just a goat, it's a giant goat.
I mean,
Oh,
we
God.
are kind of leaning towards hell here, so a goat is
Well, except
appropriate.
that the last time you ran into a goat, it was actually from the abyss.
Oh,
Everybody,
that's right.
Don't
Yeah.
scare the goat. It might.
Oh.
Oh, God!
That is a giant
Yes. Yeah. Did it say giant?
Yes,
Do
you
we
did!
need to make deck saves?
No!
We need some prize saves. The
Goat.
fuck?
Yeah.
It's in your
Fuck Will!
It's in your summons now. Bah!
Yes.
Bah!
So it's going to ram it.
Ramming speed.
Oh! Surprise goat, motherfucker! Oh boy.
It actually took damage. You hear clunk. Not quite as much damage as you would be hoping, but damage.
I wish it counted as magical damage because magical goat, but no.
Well, it's not actually a magical goat. You summoned an actual goat
Yes.
into existence.
It was just out, just eating some grass on a hill, and then all of a sudden it's in hell.
Yeah, you see
Yes, I need to
that
fight for my no master.
you see that's how I always picture it. If it's not something specifically saying this creature's from the Feywild, aka the way the Find Familiar thing often works, that it's really just an everyday goat or a creature that suddenly just gets pulled out of existence and pulled here to somewhere else.
That poor goat's gonna have a really bad day.
Yeah.
Well, I would always imagine they don't actually die from this. They just get They just poof and return.
Yeah, even when they die, the body just returns. I mean, that's actually the best explanation I could think of for, you know,
I'm flanking it at the moment, right?
exsanguinated cows. That's really
Yeah.
what's happening. They're getting pulled into another dimension, and then they get sent back after they die. And
Yeah.
from our perspective, we don't know how the fuck they died.
I'm pretty sure you're flanking.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're flanking because
I'm
it's
just- I'm just
rounded up with a
double-checking.
giant goat. You are flanking.
Yeah, just
Big goat. Big goat's a what?
Huge.
That's +1. That's a
Oh,
magical
no,
weapon. That magical weapon was enough to do it. It's like, you know, you got your shoot blades in your hand. You got the one that you can do sneak attack damage with, and you get the other one that's magical. You heard Rhiannon shout out about the magical thing, and you just go ahead and stab it right through the back with the magical weapon, and it just kind of like all goes rigid, and the bit of armor just kind of collapses down into nothing. Just whips of smoke just kind of surrounding it, and as the devil dies in front of you. Bah! Ah!
Some
Giant
of the
goat comes over
wisps
and
of cold go around.
nudges
They
that
heal for 12.
nudges right at Will.
That was unexpected, Will.
That's the point.
that's the point of the random code.
Well, it's gonna stick with us until it's done. So I'm gonna use it as a precaution and send it ahead of us whenever we go somewhere.
Hey, Ralthor, it looked like he had a crossbow. If you want to check it out. I don't know if it's better than the one you have.
It's a heavy one.
She'll reach down and grab the crossbow and hand it to Ralthor.
I look at it to see if I could recognize it.
It's just a standard run-of-the-mill heavy crossbow.
Nothing special?
Nothing special that you can make out of it, no.
Meh, throws it behind him.
Rhiannon's gonna lean down and, just out of curiosity, she's gonna try to grab the mask.
The mask crumbles and just kind of vanishes, and there's nothing underneath as the body of the of this thing just continues to dissolve and just into wisps of smoke.
Well, that's friendly.
Alright, well, should we check out the rest of the rooms around here then?
Sure.
This guy seemed to be after survivors, and that probably means there's more survivors.
If we really want to make sure everything's... I think we should make sure everything's safe. So, yeah.
I agree.
Will is currently landed on the goat.
Yeah. And at this point, your winged spell just kind of goes away.
Yeah.
So if you wouldn't mind putting yourselves in the marching order, you're heading west.
Yeah,
Alright.
sure.
Goat first. Well, I want to make sure the goat is far ahead of the others. Because it's going to act as a decoy.
Alright.
Decoy goat.
Okay, so you finally move away from the grand foyer and get to the center hall where the central altar stands. You can see the altar resting on a raised dais inside this broad hall. It's made of beautifully polished teakwood, and the shape is of a gauntleted hand clenched into a fist. You can also see a large lever that stands next to the altar, suggesting it has some kind of mechanical function. There's a few streaks of blood just kind of like around the floor. Roll investigation for more information.
Woo.
You know?
I'm actually kind of decent at investigation.
I'm not,
Same
but
though.
look at that.
Rhiannon and
Jesus,
Will,
Rhiannon.
you can see that there's a large trail of blood leading to the south. It looks like some prints of the paws of the hounds that would have been coming from the south back to where you guys took them down. So, it seems that perhaps, sorry, that perhaps a battle took place somewhere to the south, where you see some curtained and walled off areas, and maybe there's some more information down that way.
Didn't the baby-faced thing come from here?
I think he was at the bottom of the stairs whenever we saw him.
No.
I don't know.
You guys had just gotten down to the bottom of the stairs, or almost at the bottom of the stairs, when it came out from the west, where you are now standing.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Mm.
So it probably came from here.
Yeah, there's some blood leading down to the south further. We should check out this room quickly, though. That switch to the right, though. The guy said it was a hidden switch. That looks very in plain view.
Go,
I don't know.
grab the switch.
Oh God.
There are also, with things to the north, things to the west, and other curtained off areas. But, it's not. The central altar is basically in the center of the cathedral, not
Right.
simply at the back of the cathedral.
I mean, I can. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to?
I could send a goat down south.
Yeah.
I would just run down there, attract something attention, and then run back.
Can you see through the goat's eyes, or is it simply a feature of the bag?
No, I can't see through the
Okay,
eyes of the goat.
I just wanted to check on that.
I could just tell it to go down there, and then if it's getting in danger, it could just run back.
Rhiannon snaps her fingers and gets the imp's attention. Can you go with the goat?
The imp reappears on Ron's shoulder, and nods, and looks at the goat, and says in Infernal, "Where'd that thing come from?"
A bag of tricks.
Oh, something pretty cool.
Will's got all sorts of fun stuff up his sleeve. Apparently, wasn't expecting a goat.
Oh my god, should I sew the bag into my sleeve? So I can pull it out of my sleeve?
Oh my god,
goodness.
yes!
That just reminds me of the Warforged who installed a bag of holding in his mouth
What?
and decided to eat all his problems because it worked so well.
Oh my god, that's amazing. But she'll ask the imp, just communicate with me what you see, and just stay with the goat, and we'll wait.
Why are you sending the goat? I can go check it out if you want.
Hey, Will, are you dead set on sending this goat in there?
I mean, I wanted to make itself useful, but I mean, if you got a better idea.
I mean, it kind of beat the shit out of that thing earlier.
I mean, that's what a goat does.
That's what a goat does.
But
They eat everything and don't give a shit.
yeah, so I'm just saying, you might want to
Well,
keep him around for if
Might
we
want to keep it away from the altar and start to nibble on it.
I mean,
In fact, even
minerals
as you say
and-
that, it seems to have discovered a discarded a discarded piece of fabric and is currently chewing on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
God.
probably halfway finished with a tapestry on the wall or something.
No, it looks like it was just laying on the floor, not too far from that switch, the lever, or whatever that thing is.
Whenever you look at a goat, it has something in its mouth chewing.
He seems preoccupied. I'll send Impy in here, and
Right.
that way
Alright.
he can aid us in battle again.
And
And
goat stays.
I take it Rhiannon's going to relay exactly what the imp sees to everybody?
Rhiannon has no reason to lie, unlike other people.
Okay.
She will say everything.
Call him out.
Stay with me. Throw that shade.
Biddy!
I'm just gonna leave
Okay.
them. Bye.
So the imp goes south, and Rhiannon sees the following: bodies of dead guards and other, bits of smoldering remains, kind of like the infernal creatures you just barely killed. Are just kind of laying around there. There are other bodies too, some of which appear to be commoners. The imp kind of lands on the pile and starts, poking about. Just kind of go poke, 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 poke. Rhiannon, do you do anything, or do you allow the imp to continue poking?
Don't let the dead lie.
Can you repeat that? I think it just.
Sorry, she'll just say telepath. Try not to disturb the dead.
The imp kind of like looks up and kind of flies back to you through the curtain and just kind of shrugs and lands on your shoulder again.
Looks like there's just a bunch of bodies down there.
Yeah, they're still warm. It says in Infernal.
Oh, good. Fresh bodies down there.
Well, there's that baby face thing came from over here.
Yeah. Well, I guess I didn't see anything down there. Go check it out.
So you guys also decide to head down into the charnel pit to the south.
Yeah, see why not.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, so you see now
Yes.
with that imp saw the dead bodies laying around, and there's various bodies of various guards, various bodies of what was like various kinds of devils, that are kind of like all melting away slowly, as well as a few bodies of what seem to be commoners, like lying in a pile.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Yeah, this is very bad. Rhiannon's going to go over to the pile of bodies to see if there is something in the area or reason why they were being piled up in this certain area other than just disposing of them. She's looking for
Roll
something of interest.
investigation. So, as you're looking around at the bodies, and in fact, this is the group of bodies that the imp had landed on and was poking, you suddenly realize that the one at the bottom of the pile, there's like there's maybe two other people laying on top of this guy. That person at the bottom of the pile is still breathing.
We got a live one.
Oh.
And she'll try to pull him up and move the corpses off of the individual that's still breathing.
All right, roll strength check.
But he's gonna help.
Yeah, direction assist as well.
Oh, that's a save. So it should be on
There's natural 20 anyway.
22.
Yeah. So the man under the pile, is quickly uncovered, and everybody can now see that he's breathing. In fact, his eyes pull open, and he stares up at you all. Oh, your people. He says, he's kind of breathing heavily.
Rhiannon will give water or liquor.
Nudges at you. Water.
I'm gonna hold up my endless
Hands the bottomless flask to the guy.
Oh, God.
The guy takes it without thinking and just drinks some of it down. That's better. Oh, thank you.
Here, and have some water, and she'll take the decanter of endless water from Shu. What happened here?
We were attacked. I was knocked down. I hit my head and kind of rubs at his scalp where there's some dried blood. And next thing I knew, people were dying around me. A body or two fell on me, and I just lay there, and I wasn't sure if I was already dead, dying, or maybe if I just laid there they would go away.
Did you see what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, there were these houndy things. And there was these how to describe them? There's this thing that looked like a suit of armor with a doll's head. There's a couple other things in there, this little spiny thing that with wings and a tail.
So we have more. Okay.
Well, I don't know how many times I have to repeat it. They came from this area.
I know, I'm just making note, Will, of what else we have to kill, that's all.
We could kill them.
No, he said that there was something else with the thing with the armor, something with a spiny thing and a tail.
Oh,
We
There's
didn't see
one
that.
more. We didn't see that, yeah.
Intelligence check.
Okay, okay, okay.
well, I mean, it's probably
Oh.
when by the altar area, probably went north or west.
Riordan, even as you say that, your eyes are kind of drawn to the fiendish remains that are slowly dissipating. And you
Oh.
realize that some of it does appear to have some spines.
Oh,
It
or
could've-
it's right there.
So we're in the clear.
For now.
So should I take that as a victory?
The other
I
half
won?
of that intelligence check, by the way, is a reminder that you have not seen any hide nor hair of the thing that the guard up in the tower described.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, there's at least that.
The dragony thing with the cultists. You haven't seen any cultist bodies around.
Hey, previously knocked out person. Are you okay?
I think so. Better now that I've had a drink in me. And he kind of
See,
smiles winningly at Will.
Can you fight?
I don't think so, but I can cast some good berries, maybe. Do you guys
Alright,
want some
well,
good
say-
berries?
I feel like you should save that and just get up to the turret next to the big organ. You know?
Okay.
Don't
Like-
touch the organ.
Don't touch the organ.
Oh, all right.
The turret to the north.
You will have another guard out there that you can regroup with.
Okay. So there's more survivors. What about the people down in the catacombs? Do you know if they're okay?
We haven't checked.
That was sort of our next location.
You know where the switch is to get down there.
Oh, well,
Is it the obvious one?
there's this lever that was underneath the underneath one of the tapestries.
Oh, the tapestry, though. That's why it's obvious.
Oh. The previously obvious lever. No, previous non-obvious.
So wait, timeout, out of character. So the lever that we saw is the one we need to pull? I'm
Yep.
confused.
Because
Okay,
it was
That's
hidden.
what's being implied.
Okay, I was confused. I was like, wait, what?
It's
It
obvious
used
because
to
there
be
was
hidden.
it had a
There-
big tapestry.
Yeah.
Mm,
And the goat is now eating it.
Yes.
Good job, goat. You just go with the lever.
See?
The goat is meanwhile eating a shoe off of one of the corpses.
You know?
Meh. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Shall we head to the catacombs and find them now?
Yes.
I suppose. I mean, we could. There's more areas to check out, but maybe the catacombs is more necessary.
Don't know how many. I mean, these bodies are fresh. There's
We
still
keep
more.
we keep finding more people though.
Mhm.
I feel like we could have them regroup up here before we head down.
What if that thing we heard from the guard is already down there in the catacombs?
Well, the catacombs are closed, are they not? I mean, I don't see the entrance anywhere.
He did say that would be the place where they would go to, like, you know, like to make their last stand. So it should be heavily barricaded.
And I feel like if that white dragon thing he talked about walked down there, wouldn't the door already be open?
Unless the guard that was up here was the one who shut it behind them. Or someone else
Hey,
did.
did you shut the door to the catacombs?
The man who was actually starting to walk away at this point to head towards that tower, assuming that the place had been searched and cleaned out of enemies, turns back and blinks and says, I don't know. I wasn't with that group. We were actually headed there when we were attacked.
All right. We need to clear out this area before we go down then.
All right.
Make your way up the stairs, go directly to the turret. You just don't stray from the path.
All right.
Don't bring attention to yourselves.
Be sneaky.
The man nods and attempts to sneak away. He's doing an okay job, but you figure that, he'll probably be spotted if there's other nasty things around.
I mean, we just cleared the area.
There's still an area to the west, and you have no idea what's there.
Yeah.
Go to the west.
Well, let's head up to the altar area to the west.
Yeah.
And with that, I think it is time to take a quick break.
Ooh.
Yay.
Bathroom and everything.
I will be right back myself. I need
A
one water.
total of 5 spell slots left.
Total of 1 spell slot.
Total of 0.
Well,
Total of
you can
0.
punch me.
Warlock! I have 1 spell.
I have 0.
You can punch things. I can't.
I mean, you can.
I mean, I can, but I will be instantly.
Everyone can punch something.
You can
Mhm.
shillelagh things.
I can.
Yeah.
But I will be instantly killed if they punch back.
This is fair. This is why
And-
everyone else is there.
And Rick, are you still there? No, he left. I will wait till I get back to just say that the shade was given in a loving manner. But fucking Biddy. I'll bring.
Yeah.
I need a snack.
Yeah.
Yar. Have you guys ever heard of Slay the Spire?
I heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
It's a card game. Boss.
Like Hearthstone?
No, it's more. You got mana, you've got cards, and then there's creatures. You use those cards to either
So-
gain yourself defense and
Magic the Gathering?
not entirely. I could just go live.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
and see it. No, it's more like this. I just went live, so if you wanted to see it, it's not too bad. I've got mods in it. I've been playing with mods lately.
Oh, what the fuck? Was that Kazuma?
Yes,
What the fuck?
and there's Vanilla as well. This is just an anime mod, I guess you could say. But yeah, you gain your cards, you attack,
Are
you
you-
get the
Are you fighting failed puddings?
acid slimes and a spike slime. So kinda, yeah.
Is that an alien from One Punch?
Yes.
What the fuck? Oh, I'm gonna go get more coffee.
No problem. Welcome back.
So what mods for that game do you have?
I've got the animator mod, which adds a shit ton of anime characters. Like you've got One Punch, you got El Sword, you got Konosuba. The best thing about this is that there's a card called Aqua, She gives you 2. She heals you for 2 HP, and gives you 2 shield. But once when you've used her, she pretty much is useless at the end of after using it. So
how's everyone doing today?
good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, doing good.
Mostly not done anything else but sit at a computer listening to stories, making maps.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit cramped.
Yeah, I've been cleaning a little bit, watching a Christmas movie, did some more laundry, which was just today's sheets and towels and stuff. Which my cats decided was they could actually curl up together in that, so yeah. Of course, now Lyra has actually gotten up from there and has tried to claim my chair when I was out in the bathroom.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Fluffy.
Yay, Fluffy. A wild Fluffy has arrived.
Nope.
Yes.
There's nothing there. Nothing.
I didn't see anything. I saw it.
It's like the rogue who has all points in intimidation. You no see me.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that one. That is hilarious, and it seems to work for that orc.
I mean, are you gonna really argue with him when he yells at you in a terrifying manner?
It's like when you Shamali says, "Hey, you didn't see me," and just hand them a purse and walk away, and they're like, "All right," and the other all comes by, "You saw nothing," and just walks by. Like, all right, yeah, fair enough.
In that moment when you realize if he has expertise and a reliable talent eventually. Meaning the eventual lowest roll he can get is with a 0 charisma is a 22. Dear goodness. Rogues are bullshit.
Think about monks for a moment here.
This is true. Rogues and monks are bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Monks get all the bullshit rogues get, except for sneak attack, but then they also get proficiency in all saving throws.
Yeah.
But at level 10, you stop being able to get drunk. Unless you're a drunken monk.
Well, a drunken monk doesn't have to be drunk.
Nah, they're more like the Jackie Chan of monks.
True.
Fighting in the style of a drunkard to be unpredictable.
I do like how they get performance as one of their proficiencies.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Well, of course. Yeah, if you have to act like you're drunk.
It's fine. I just now really want to play a dwarven drunken monk.
those are fun.
What do you mean I hell's gone? You drank it. What?
Stop revving your engine.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Vroom, vroom.
So who are we still waiting on?
I think Shuttle is still... I do not see her in messages and chat. How's everybody else doing on health-wise? Will?
I'm doing decent.
24
Oh.
out of 46.
Oof, Will.
Oof. I have 30. out of 48.
Don't tell Shuttle.
Don't tell Shuttle that
Shuttle will force a health potion down his throat or something.
So it's always really nice when you sit down and I'm putting stuff down and all I hear is "Don't tell Shuttle."
Oh.
It's fine, nothing at all.
I'll just watch the stream later if you want. I'll watch the VOD. What's going
Later will be
on?
too late. Later will be too late.
What do you mean?
we were just having red bars. It's fine.
What? Will's about to die, and so is what?
Yeah, Will and Biddy are both hurt.
We're fine.
We're fine.
And they're
Biddy's fine.
They say
So I heard something about being force-fed a health potion. So is that a suggestion?
maybe.
Okay, cool. Well, wait a second. Hold on. This is in Phaedra.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can take care of yourself. You're fine.
Yes. Good. Perfect.
Sorry that took so long. I'm setting up a potato peeling station because I gotta make something for later, so sorry.
No worries. Yeah, I'd set my own up now, except that the kitten would walk all over the cutting board as soon as he figures out that it's down flat. He's like, cutting board. I'm gonna investigate this by walking on it. He does that. Right now he's curled up in the laundry basket, though.
I will say this, Biddy. That shade was meant out of love, but there is so much. You know it's true.
Technically, I don't.
Mm-hmm. But anyway.
Alright, so everyone's back.
I'm here. Quentin's Quentin here?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Alright, then everyone's back.
So west out of Altar Room, is that where we're heading?
West beyond.
West.
Towards the area of the private chapel and the stairs leading to the residence halls. So, which do you want to go to? Towards the stairs or towards the private chapel area?
Chapel first.
Sure.
On my main.
Alright.
As soon as you walk into the private chapel area, pulling back the curtain that's in the way, the horrible air strikes your nose, and you can smell it before you see it. The altar that's held in this private chapel has been desecrated. Once dedicated to Torm, the altar's features have been defaced with blood, ichor, and torn strips of flesh, all lashed together with sinew and intestines.
Well, no survivors here.
And
Let's
as
turn around.
you stare at it, you feel this weird sensation. Your skin is beginning to feel dry and cracked, and your bones start to ache.
Uh-oh.
We're in the area.
Let's just leave this place.
Roll perception check.
Oh,
This is good. It's always fun when
I'm not really that great at perception.
Towards the north, past another curtain, you can hear
Stop
movement.
complaining, Billy. For God's sake, stop complaining. that
I'm
you're not
complaining
good
for
at
a reason here. It works.
Everybody quiet. There's movement up ahead.
There's also another curtain to your south.
Behind the curtain.
What's the movement behind both?
I thought it was just one, but is it both?
There are two curtains, one to the north, one to the south.
Where's
the
she hearing the sound from?
North.
To the north.
Should I send my goat to investigate?
Sure, go for it.
Goat,
Or goat
shut the
for
curtain.
Alright. Can you set yourselves? Can you arrange your tokens? Hold on, I'll put down a token of my own to give you an idea of where it is.
In my mind, Rhiannon was kind of slowly approaching the altar because she was going to try to clean it off.
Yeah.
So she would be close to the frontish, I guess? Oh.
Go.
I'm gonna use this to make as the right token. So that's approximately where the altar is.
Will.
You're too far away from the curtain. Oh, I'm gonna put down the curtains as well.
I'm not right next to the altar. Fuck
No,
that.
no. She did tell us to arrange, so let's just everyone
No,
move
no,
back.
I'll do that so you can see where the curtains are in relevance to this, to this altar. So the altar's there. The first curtain is up there. The other curtain, the one that you just came through, is there, and the southern curtain is about there.
So the north one's right here?
Yeah. Everything else is just walls.
She's probably like 5 feet back from it.
Have the goat probably around here then. Around there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have the goat make a charge attack on whatever is behind the.
Well,
Well, okay, it's just gonna charge and go through the curtain.
Alright.
It's not attacking; it's just going through.
Okay, so the curtain kind of gets pushed a bit, and immediately it is going to take damage.
Surprise goat.
Well, maybe the devil think it's another devil if it just sticks its head through.
No, it charged through. Let's see, that misses. I think that hits. Oh, actually, for both of them hit. Sorry.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, we didn't get
Like
a full
goat?
play goat.
Wait, it gets 2 attacks on it?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Well, you served me well, goat. Before you die, I will name you Banked.
Okay, that's the first attack. Damage. 1, 2. And a second
It's
one.
fine.
It's still alive.
It takes
But you
14
probably-
damage.
Yep, you probably hear the goat just howl in pain. Not sorry, wrong noise. Ah! There we go. As it hits.
And then it's going, I guess, retreat back if it can. Or actually, you know what? If it's getting attacked, if it can see what it's getting attacked, I'm just gonna shout back like, "Fucking hit it!" So if it's allowed to attack, I will.
Yeah, you can make an attack roll. Ooh.
Instant kill.
Alright.
So it did almost as much damage as the thing it did.
You know. Worst part is it only does 2d4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, hi, Andrew.
Oh. Why, hello.
Oh, hi
You guys
there.
don't see it yet, but
Why, hello. But my goat sees it, and it says hello.
yes.
I do like the image that it has, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, sorry I don't have a handout for you.
Oh, I know exactly what it looks like because I've used it.
Hmm. But there's also other people back there along with this thing.
Well, lovely.
The party.
And you hear
That's the party tent.
You hear something shouting in Infernal, saying, "More." The people who understand Infernal hear the following from beyond there: "More survivors, seek them out."
We've got company. Be prepared. Attack.
Don't we always have company?
Yeah. Just kill everything.
I like that. Yeah. Just kill everything.
No.
I'm pretty far away.
By the way, goat gets its own initiative.
Nope. Attacks on my turn.
It did when you first summoned it. It now goes on its own initiative because it's a different battle.
This thing looks
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. I, as a player, know exactly what that's called.
I mean, the
That's a
other guys
character.
look like cultists.
Did you just Oh, yep. I was about to ask. Didn't y'all one? And
Yep.
the answer is
They fought a white and a black one.
yeah. I remember.
Huh?
Mhm.
Oh, in,
The white
in your
version.
time. Don't worry, you're cute. I'll keep it as pets.
Hey, things actually go before me. That's rare.
Alright.
Wait, something goes before you?
Logan!
Yeah. To be fair, the highest I rolled was an 11 plus 9.
Do I see them?
No, you do not. You just heard shouting from beyond that curtain.
Let's go over here.
You still don't see
I'm
them.
gonna-
All you see is the backside of the goat.
Yeah, but I heard the goat scream, right?
Yes, you hear the goat screaming. You see the backside of the goat. You do not see any enemies.
Yeah, so I presume the goat saw something,
Yes.
and I'm taking cover behind the meat shields,
Error.
as one does. And then I'm gonna take out my sword and I'm gonna cast. Fuck it. Let's try this. I'm gonna go invisible. Gonna cast greater invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So
Okay,
let's
so-
hope.
Here.
these
As far as the rest
thing-
of you guys are concerned, Logan just kind of vanished.
Oh dear.
I know that trick.
That's not invisibility. I use that for that ninja one. That's invisibility. Good.
That's fine.
I was going to say the other one I use for bad status effects, so you don't want to use that for your invisibility. All right.
This concentration. That's so sad.
So I also have to use a concentration marker.
hmm
All right.
It's fine. They can't see me. They can't hear me. It's fine.
I'm
So
just gonna get rid of it.
a human in wearing robes that definitely identify it as some kind of cultist comes charging through the curtain. Let's see. Try to see how far it can move in an instant. Okay. So it comes charging through that curtain. Gets about here in front of the altar and smiles at the rest of you.
Opportunity attack from the goat.
Yeah, the goat does get an opportunity attack if he wants to use it on that one.
Ah.
Misses. And let's see, what will this guy do? So it smiles almost beatifically at Rhiannon and points at her and says, and says, if you will not worship at the altar, you shall help me defend it by striking that woman beside you.
Wisdom set.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, and you succeed on that. Hold on, let me double check. I'm pretty sure you did. Yeah. Yes, also DC is actually kind of low. It has a high opinion of itself.
No,
He's a high opinion of himself.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to hit her? Mm-mm.
For you.
I think she's about to hit you.
Shuri!
There's not enough red on the floor for you, is there? Would add more. I'm gonna rush forward. And strike. So, first and second.
Yeah. Just double checking on something. Ugh. Both of your strikes land, and you can feel that's right, it's not 20. And you can just feel see the blood running down. This is definitely not an undead. This is definitely a regular person. So you have run into some undead cults not that long ago.
Don't worry. They won't last much longer.
Will.
Oh,
Hard
shit.
mute.
Yep.
My turn next.
What?
What?
Fuck.
You're not on
So
there.
I guess I didn't. Yeah, I didn't click on my character when I rolled initiative.
Yeah, so basically add turn and then update the thing on the turn order to reflect that, and
Yeah.
I'll cycle through it.
11, 15. 11.15. There we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so you go after Will. Will?
Yeah. Yeah. I cast Shillelagh. Bonus action.
Yeah, Ralph also you can't currently see anything that's going on because you haven't even seen the altar yet. You're.
I should be able to hear it though.
Yeah, you can hear
Right.
stuff, but it's
Yeah,
muffled.
you can hear.
You can
Oh,
hear the
stuff.
bleating of my goat.
Bleeding or bleating?
Bleating.
Because it's doing both.
Well, if you hear the bleeding, it is very like pouring out. And I will 5 and then 10, 15. Yeah, I think this will be enough. I'll
Yeah,
stay
well-
there.
Will, you begin to feel your skin becoming cracked and dry, and you just feel even older than you are, as if you could. You just do not feel very well at all at the moment.
You. And I will then cast. Not cast. Throw another one of those fussy balls.
One last fluffy ball. Let's see what you get.
Do I need to roll the?
Where are you throwing it?
I want it to land here.
Then you're definitely gonna have to throw dex.
It's 20 feet, so.
Okay.
I mean, it's 15, 20 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. I'm not trying to overexert myself here. Oh, sorry. That's for the
I can see
creature.
that. So a giant boar is
boy.
going to appear.
It's going to appear. Oh,
Right next to you. You go to throw it, and your arm just crinks up because of whatever's going on there, and the boar just appears right next to you.
well, good enough. Will this act on my turn then?
Oops. No, not a boat. Boar, stupid.
It's a giant boat. It crashes down on the cultist. Giant,
Roll your boat.
giant boat? Do you mean a ship?
So it's like all grunting and snorting, and I'll add it to your list of summoned beasts.
I'm just adding to the list, aren't I? Just.
Yeah, the entire list of summoned beasts all have your token next to, all have your name next to them. Giant boar, giant goat, lion, owl, and rat.
So far. Let's see then. Oh boy! This one's good.
Yeah, the boar also looks like, and the goat for that matter. Neither of them look well. Neither does Shiori or Rhiannon, or yourself, Will. You're all looking like your skin is cracking and drying out, and the hair of both the goat and the boar appear to. It looks like it's starting to fall off their bodies.
All right. Well, it's because it landed there. I'm gonna make it move. It can't stand on the altar, can it?
No.
All right. Could I move see here. 5 feet here, attack that thing.
Go for it.
Cool. Slash with its tusks.
All right. Hear another oof from the cultists, and their robes get dark with blood.
And what is its movement like? 40 feet. So I used 5, 10, 15, 20.
The cultist gets an attack of opportunity. Misses.
25, 30, 35, 40. There you go.
Alright. So, Ralthor, from your perspective, you heard shouting in Infernal, which said, there's more people, go get them, from very muffled, but you can sort of hear it. You started hearing, the scream of a goat, and just now, and you heard somebody else shouting from that room about, bow down, commanding words on somebody, and now all of a sudden, you hear the sound of a squealing pig from beyond that curtain in front of you.
You're very confused.
So this is a curtain, right?
Yep, that black squiggle is a curtain in front of you, blocking your eye line.
I could just burst through, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna burst through.
And you see a giant pig on this horrific altar that's been defaced with blood, ichor, torn strips of flesh, and sinew and intestines.
I say to Logan, are these the bad guys?
You can't see those guys either. There's like a wall in the way.
So all I can really see is this guy.
Yeah, all you can see is that guy.
15, 20, 25, 30. I go here. So I can get a clear shot on that guy and shoot him with my crossbow. I don't know if I'm doing sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
You would get sneak attack. Because Shuri's there.
Awesome. Pew!
Yeah. So as the guy is yelling at Rhiannon and Shiori, Ralthor just kind of bursts in. The guy doesn't notice. Ralthor creeps around and takes one little shot with a crossbow, which goes right through the cultist's eye. He immediately falls backwards into the altar. Doesn't seem to disturb it at all. It just seems to be adding to it with a splash of his blood, his body now laying lifeless on the ground there.
What can I say except you're welcome?
21 damage in 1 attack. Yeah, that's fair.
Another cultist comes bursting through the curtain, immediately stops at the giant pig. Says,
Surprise.
It was not
well, take this! And he is puts out a hand and touches the boar, which is already looking kind of rough from something that's going on in there. And at this point, you realize that double damage is in effect on this boar.
Oh, so that is 46 necrotic damage.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Oh, so we're taking double damage while we're in here.
Oh, well, in that case, the boar is going to use its a feature called Relentless.
Okay.
Which means that if
Drops
the
down to
boar
1.
takes 10 damage or... No, sorry, it can't do it because it takes 46. Damn it! I wish I could. But no, it's too much damage. I can't use it. It's dead.
It's dead, Jim.
So you
It's
see
dead.
you see the boar just suddenly, like,
Turn to ash.
age in front of you and just kind of almost disintegrate and drop to the ground as if all life has been drained out of it.
Well, actually, it's come from a bag of tricks, so it just goes poof.
Yeah, and then it goes poof. Yes. So wherever this boar came from, its body's now laying there, probably in a forest.
Watch out for the necrotic damage.
Good to know.
Another cultist comes forward. You don't see it on the other side, but the goat would.
The goat sees its impending doom.
And the Gult also takes double damage. So even without that, that's a 5 that would have killed it.
Yeah.
So the goat also goes poof.
Poof.
Poofy.
Well,
Another
that's
cult
damage the
fanatic
party didn't take.
comes right in, and immediately just comes running down towards Shiori, and says, "Those who do not bow shall be destroyed," and goes in to touch her.
Okay. Well, what level spell is that?
It's been cast at a level 2 spell.
Reaction Iron Stone of Absorption.
Ooh,
Nice.
I forgot you had that.
So that's for like the little stone that's like floating around her, just kind of.
The cultist's eyes kind of go wide, so the 2 cultists in this room see that happen.
Neat. My sword doesn't do that though. My sword actually works.
Doesn't he take damage from frost armor effect?
Because, well, I don't know, because technically you didn't do damage to the health.
How long does Armor of Agathis last? Just double checking.
An hour.
Then you're fine. This cultist comes down, sees Rhiannon, and also smiles at her. And will also attempt to touch her and cause inflict wounds. That's a hit.
Miss.
Oh,
AC 19.
19. I keep looking at the 2 numbers, and for some reason I keep thinking it's on the far right, and it's in the one in the middle. It's the green one. Yeah, I'm using those numbers, by the way, to keep track of how many spells they cast.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
Biddy, your turn.
I don't like this place.
I don't either.
Nice.
Oh, I don't want to go there. I guess. Oh, I'm gonna go here.
Biddy,
Burning.
Biddy, you feel your skin also begin to dry, and you're just feeling old and very vulnerable.
Ignore the weird path that I took.
You just ran past me to give me a high five.
Yeah.
High five.
And then my rapier.
And the second one, sneak attack. 50. Oof.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Rhiannon.
Okay. So could she do some monk acrobatic shit to try to get in between them to go here?
Roll your monk acrobatics. Let's see what happens.
Come on, monk bullshit. Don't fail me.
You kind of like pole vault over the guy in front of you and just kind of flip over him, just you pressing your hands down on his head as you go.
Pop, pop, right here.
All right. So basically, what I'm gonna say you did as you flip over this guy, you grab hold of his head and just twist, breaking his neck even as you're landing on the ground.
Ooh, nice.
That's effective.
Yeah. And
Do it to
then
everyone.
The second strike,
That's
this guy manages to just twist his body out of the way. Turning around with his dagger in hand.
bonus action, patient.
Okay.
And she's going to be fiddling in her bag as well for something.
Okay. So, at this point, the thing described to you by that guard comes bursting through the curtains, immediately spots you, and comes all the way down. It chuckles an infernal, saying, You do not bow down, but your soul will be given in tribute to the master. Oops,
I have no soul.
And, it's kind of saying this so it doesn't realize that you are actually under somebody else's protection. And so this is, like, but it immediately attacks you.
Go for it. Second. Hits. First one.
First one would miss. Second one, if it hits...
Action to pop.
Okay. The second one, that hits, because of you said something about patient defense. I forgot if that increases your...
Oh yeah, so disadvantage, so that would be it's a straight roll, because
straight
flanking.
Roll. Flanking.
Yeah, so that hits.
Yeah. You realize that more damage is done to you than should be, so that's actually a 12 in slashing damage. As more of your skin peels away than you think it should from that claw attack.
Can she vocalize that to the group and while she's getting hit?
Yep.
Something in here. I think it's the altar. Taking more damage. It shouldn't have hurt.
Can I vocalize that to the group? Yes, I can. Ow!
Motherfucker! You're welcome!
No, sorry.
But yeah, she throat punches it for 7 points of damage.
It doesn't seem to... It is definitely affected because of your magical monk hands. But, it's like... Doesn't seem to be too worried about everything.
Hmm.
Okay, so... Yeah, so another cultist appears on here and just kind of looks around briefly. Let's see here. Ooh, this one is going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Spiritual Weapon it conjures resembles a bone whip. Because bone whips are cool.
You're not wrong.
I'm trying to see if I can actually get an actual token for this. As sometimes you find that. But, okay, so I'll just do a little squiggle or something. No, I'll just find a whip token real quick. It puts it down next to, basically points over towards Rhiannon, and a whip appears next to you that's made out of bones. It looks like a spinal column with a head, skull attached at the end. Evil monk spiritual weapon sort of thing. But it misses and fails to hit you as it stands there.
Rhiannon kind of just glares, seeing the divine, well, not really divine, but the cleric
The
magic.
Evil,
Yeah.
Put that on there to indicate that it's the one controlling the spiritual weapon. And maybe I can find a friggin' token for the spiritual weapon. That would be great, because I've seen whips in the past. Why can't I find one now when I need one? No, all I'm finding is curved blades. I don't know why. Yeah, weird. I don't get why that does. Why certain things that I know I'd seen in the past are no longer there.
Some things get removed periodically.
Yeah, apparently.
You can draw a little squiggle.
Yeah, since I've got a bunch of squiggles around, I'm just using that as the spiritual
There you go.
weapon.
We'll use our imagination.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I just need something to indicate
yes.
where it is on the map.
Rhiannon's getting whipped.
Nope, she's dodging the whips. Logan,
Sure.
you invisible bard. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move over here, but no one hears it because I have boots of elven kind.
And
So
Logan,
no one knows.
No one knows you're there, but Logan, you're feeling off at this point. Your skin is just drying out horribly.
I don't see it. I don't know it. I don't know that's happening.
Yeah.
You're-
Roll
I
a
don't
wisdom
know.
save.
Logan, your skin
Moisturize.
feels like it needs a lot of moisture badly. Your bones feel sore, achy, and old.
I'll get some moisture right here, and I'll stab him in the face. I have advantage because I'm visible.
And flanking.
and
Yep.
flanking.
Ah,
then,
what the? As you hear
And then
the guy grunt in front of you.
bonus action, I'm gonna yell, "Hey, you ugly dragon! Grovel!" And I cast command. I take a step back. I yell and then I take a step back, so no one knows where I am.
You can guess command as a bonus action?
Yes, he can.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
wait. I'm mistaken. That's only if I use mental fin.
Ah,
Oh, darn.
Wait, can I just activate that for free?
no,
Uh,
you had to say it beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, technically speaking, my turn isn't over yet, so I can still choose to activate it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'll do mental of inspiration. I don't think it costs concentration, right? Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I get my spell slot back then, because that doesn't cost spell slots. Haha! So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw, or lose its next round.
Mm-hmm.
DC 15.
Alright.
Actually, Mantle of Majesty.
Can you
Yes.
also do...
Concentration.
Concentration? Where does it
is.
say?
Yeah, right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Ah, God.
Which means
Oh,
it would cancel out your invisibility. Do you want to go visible while using this?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No. I'll move my lights in front of the ugly fucker down. Because I can do that as a... No, I can't, because dancing light is also concentration.
Yeah, your
So
last
the
lights.
dancing lights are gone.
Yeah, the lights are... Wait,
Concentration is a bitch.
Are there lights in this building?
Yeah, there's some
Right.
there's light because there are people in here that need to stay. So.
Okay, good. No bonus actions then. You know what? I'll inspire Rhiannon then. That's a bonus action I can do.
Hey, what is it? D.
So how are you going to inspire her?
Beat this ugly mug!
Okay.
You're an inspiring cheer somewhere behind you, Rhiannon.
Out of the ether, someone says. Beat this
Thank
ugly mug.
you, voice. Is that Logan?
Is it a D8 or is it a D6? I forgot when it goes up.
Just let me know.
It goes up.
It's a D8. It's a D8.
D8. Okay, cool.
Shiori.
I'm gonna move around to flank with him,
All right.
and I'm going to use this with advantage. Thank God for the advantage. And you know what?
Magical weapons.
The second strike, I'm gonna use my last spell slot. Do Eldritch Smite for an extra 15 force.
Oh.
And he's also knocked prone, unless he's bigger than huge, with no save.
Holy crap! No save.
But I can only do it once per turn, and I only use my slots for that.
What do you mean once per turn?
It says once per turn when you attack with a pad weapon,
Ah.
you can expend a
But
spell
you
slot.
spend a spell slot. Okay.
Yeah. For 1d force, 1d8 force plus additional d8, which is 4d8 because 4th level.
Okay. Will.
So I hope he feels confident now.
Is there any visible effect on standing that close to the altar?
Yeah, it said your skin. You feel.
No. I'm thinking Shiori got closer.
No, she's still just at the same condition you're at. You're, cracked and drying skin, hair starting to fade into a bit of gray.
All right. How much is that? Yeah, okay, I'll take the risk. I'll move up and go shillelagh on the guy who's on my level.
Yep.
With advantage.
Yep. And you're
Because
using a
that's the
magical
only reason I do
weapon.
it. Shillelagh staff of wood, shillelagh staff of wood. There we go.
Nice.
The creature's
That's
eyes
good.
are crossing.
And that's my action. Bonus action, I'll cast. Yeah, I want to do a healing word, but
On yourself.
I'll do it on Rhiannon. That's what I do. So, healing word on Rhiannon.
Malthor.
Hello. Oh, so there's a guy there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an easy target.
Can I move up back here to be a little bit more away?
You can move.
Where's he?
Okay. Just to be a little bit more away. And he gonna go hand crossbow kapow.
Yes, please.
Ugh.
Yes.
Pew, pew, pew.
Blood darkens the cultist's robes.
He's not dead.
Nope.
Hey, Grizz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
I wanted to let you know, I don't think this guy is gone.
No,
Yeah.
he is.
No, yeah, he...
He tapped
Oh,
the
he
goat.
did? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I was just trying, I didn't know. I was trying to be
You're
honest.
saying the goat doesn't count?
No.
Yes,
I
the
have-
guy doesn't count.
No, don't worry, Shuttle. He's just goading you on.
Hey,
This guy takes a step forward
you goat me.
and says, "If you think you can get away with downing Vic, I cannot pronounce that name, Victusa," and he kind of tries to grab for you.
Mm-hmm. I will use my reaction again and absorb that one. Your magic doesn't seem to work very well, does it?
The other cult fanatic comes through the thing. Didn't hear a word of what you said. Let's see here. Actually, let me check that. Roll 1d2. Huh? Yeah, it didn't hear a word of what you just said, so it's coming also towards Shiori, hands outstretched, and again, inflict wounds.
Oh.
So that hurts a lot.
Ow.
And Shiori, it's double that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
So let me just add this all together here. Give me one.
oh no!
6.
Ow.
That's 86.
80s, what?
86.
Are you down to 0?
No.
What
I'm
the
on the
fuck?
9. I had 20 temporary HP. I was over my maximum health.
What the fuck?
So the cultist comes forward, grabs Shiori's arm, and you see her, go completely pale, and veins of black just kind of streaking around her face. But somehow she manages to breathe, and she is still standing.
He also takes 20 cold damage.
And you hear a bit of a scream come from the cultist as ice just yeah, that 86 could have killed. Could have killed. Will would have probably been completely dead. Biddy would have probably been completely dead. Logan, maybe. Ralthar, maybe.
Oh, that
I
fucking
would have
double
been
crit though.
actually dead. Yeah.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for that double damn crit.
and the fact that you're in an area where everybody's vulnerable, so they take double damage.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah. Way to catch up.
You're a bit slow there.
I mean, visible, so I don't care. But don't forget about your temporary hit points, whoever has them, because they are still active.
I did.
Gone now.
I think I don't have any anymore.
So the cult fanatic behind Rhiannon
Oh no, I do.
decides that he is going to use his dagger and try to stab her twice in the back.
Ooh.
So that would be 10 damage, I believe.
Did I... Wait, hold on. I didn't patient defense last time, did I?
No, you did the time before.
I didn't use my bonus action last time. Well, that sucks. Okay. No, that's yeah. Okay.
Biddy, you just saw Shiori take a whole lot of damage, and this other cultist come up behind Rhiannon and stab her in the back. What are you gonna do?
Huh. I suddenly don't want to get near them. So I'm gonna lunge attack. This one, obviously.
Okay. Ooh. And you just kind of like lunge attack, and you manage to catch him right in something very vulnerable and vital, in kind of his side, up towards the ribs, like, you know, right underneath the ribs and up, and he just goes, and collapses to the ground, blood spilling out of him.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna go here.
You can also go right here if you want to get the guy that's on the ground.
Oh, I do not want to go there, thank you, because
Yeah.
I can do another one.
Oh! Is it still an advantage with somebody on the ground?
Well, I mean, melee attack.
I mean, it's
counts.
still technically classified as a melee attack.
And you managed to stab right through one of the dragon thing's eyes and out the other. Piercing
Is it still
the brain,
alive?
Nope, piercing the brain along the way. And you just kind of hear the cultists gasp. And one of them kind of yells, "Victusa!" and kind of yelling as the body
How
just
far
kind of
did I run?
vanishes there.
Well, I was here.
Yeah.
Not standing anywhere near them.
Alright.
That's my turn.
Rhiannon.
Okay. So, would the DM allow her to toss something as a bonus action?
I think I'll allow that, yeah.
Cool. Brandon's gonna go over here and force feed a potion to Shiori as her act.
Okay.
See what I said about earlier about taking health potions?
Yeah.
Calling you out.
She's not going to resist because she's at 9 HP.
I mean, technically she's feeding, so 16 HP.
I just noticed that you said you took 86 damage last time?
Mhm.
That's your max
Yep.
HP.
That's my max HP.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for that 10 HP, you'd be down on the ground right now.
Turn to Shiori and say, do we want to kill all of them or leave any alive for questioning?
I don't have any need for them.
Oh, okay. I wanted to do a little bit of research. That's fine.
If you want to. It doesn't matter to me.
Casual discussion.
This one, and she points to the one in front of him, is not living.
Okay. Then
Just
this
very
one
casual.
we'll keep. And she was already
Guys,
fiddling with her bag.
Just a reminder, this guy over here is the one that nearly killed Shiori.
Oh, that one? Oh, then that's one she'd point to.
Okay, then this one. They're like talking. It's like, wait, can I keep this one, or are you killing this one? No, that one. And she said she was fiddling with her bag already this turn.
Alright.
And she's going to pull out a small ball and be like, you know, it's kind of rude. Maybe you need some manners. And she's going to use Iron Balls of Bolero.
Iron ball of what?
Bolero.
She's using manners.
Yep. So technically, I have to make a ranged something
Yes,
to
you
throw
do,
it at
because
him.
you have to throw it, even if it's right there.
So, would you consider this? Well, technically, I guess
It's a straight roll. Just straight.
It's just I'm doing my for each. So 20.
Oh, what's the text on the item again?
It's a DC 20 save. But I'll call
dexterity or strength.
strength.
I hope they're not very strong.
Yeah,
no,
they're not.
apparently not.
Ah! The guy just lets out one scream before the thing slaps the thing over his mouth, and looks like that one sorcerer dude in Doctor Strange, the Doctor Strange movie.
Let me make sure he doesn't have a dex save along with that. Let me check. He might.
Well, either way, it's like dex or strength. It's still I only rolled a 15, so
But he might have a dex to get out of the way before it actually restrains him.
I believe when it uses the bowl, it's only like one or the other, and either.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it's just a strength. Cool. So that was our action and our bonus action. So that's.
Yeah. So this guy, seeing all that, and he also saw. Well, he did see the other guy come in and hurt Shiori. He also saw the fact that 2 other inflict wounds failed to land, so he comes over with his dagger and attempts to stab Shiori in the back as she's standing up.
No, that does total of 9 damage.
Double?
Yeah, so 18. Neat.
Oh, geez.
Sorry, I need to remind you of that. I'm just...
Don't worry, my turn's coming up next, and I have a potion for this.
Logan!
I'm gonna look over here and I'm gonna poke him.
Which?
The one here. And I'm gonna get back over here.
You're invisible, so it's not just even a disengage. You're like, what? And he gazes around rapidly. You can't see what the hell.
Can't see or hear what's going on.
Shiori.
Bonus action, I would like to use one of my superior hearing potions.
Okay.
I forget how much that one does. Let me look that up quick. I'm a professional. I could have looked this up beforehand, but I didn't.
It's weird that healing potions are not just stated on the list somewhere easy to reach.
Yeah.
D4 plus 8.
Whoa. Yeah, that's a healing potion.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
A
And
very
I'm
good
going
one.
to turn to him.
Which one?
The one that just stabbed me in the back.
That reminds me. I forgot to use the bonus action for the stupid spiritual weapon, so that one's also going after Rhiannon.
Shannon.
Oh.
God damn it!
And she got hit for 22 damage. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Dear Lord.
Oh
Yeah.
wait,
I mean, she wants to hit that one, but logically, she knows that Rhiannon can hit that one, so she's going to hit the one that just stabbed her.
Alright. So that guy takes 7 points of damage.
And that was my action and bonus action.
Will.
All right. Quinton, you said before that Logan gave out temporary hit points, but I still have them because I have them on my sheet.
Yes, because they last for the whole day until you take a long rest.
In that case, I'm not at. Yeah,
They
in
do,
that case,
yeah.
And I've forgotten to remove 24. I'm actually at 32.
They
yeah,
last.
Rhiannon still has a.
They last until that, unless the spell says otherwise, and this spell doesn't say you lose them, so you keep them. It's a weird
Right.
system. For instance,
She has
False
temporary hit
Lives.
points.
Yeah, False Life says it gives you hit points for an hour, but this spell just tells you you get hit points, so they last until they till the end of the day.
Okay. It's always just worth remembering they don't stack. I think that's the only rule I always
Yeah,
remember.
they don't stack, and it depends on the spell.
Alright, well, in that case, I'm not as bad off as I thought I was. Which means I will still die after one attack, but you know.
Hey, same here.
Logic tells me to attack viciously,
Yes, I agree with this.
like a gnome.
Shillelagh!
But I also think that maybe there's an opportunity to heal, but yeah, I'm gonna... Yeah, you know what? Moving... Can I move through the space between the altar and Shiori and
Yeah,
Rhiannon here?
you can squeeze past the altar, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll get up and get behind this one. Gotta get that advantage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I cast Healing Word on Shiori. And then I will attack with advantage with Shillelagh on that guy.
Shillelagh! And that hits.
Yay!
Oh.
He's gotta like reach up and bonk him on the head, or do you try to take out the back of his legs? What do you do?
I imagine I'm hitting him in the back, just full swing up
Like,
from above.
Yeah, yeah. You hear him go, ouch!
Yes, I did something.
Oh, that's right. Doesn't he have to roll for concentration on that spiritual weapon?
It is not a concentration spell.
Ah, it's not a concentration spell. Okay.
It is
Ralthor.
wonderful.
It is there.
I'm going to skip all the way down. Oh wait, is there something here? What's that?
What's what?
What's this?
That's
Spiritual
that
That's a
looks like
spiritual weapon.
That's a floating bone whip.
Ah. Okay.
That's currently smacking at Rhiannon.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna. I can run 60 feet, so I will do such thing and dash all the way over here.
And you feel your skin just start getting very dry and your bones start to ache. They feel very brittle. You feel like you could end up taking a lot of damage.
Well, hopefully I don't get too close, or they don't get too close to me, because fuck them. And I will shoot at this guy. I will shoot at that guy. I will shoot at him. I will
Yes,
go
please.
Pip-Pil. Pip-Pil? Pip-Pil. Chill.
Oh!
Oh,
Fuck.
wow. As this guy is like responding to ouches at Will's, attack on his back, you just kind of light up the perfect shot. And that sneak attack damage would have been more than enough to kill this guy.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I shot him through the ear holes.
Yes, exactly. He doesn't even he's basically in the middle of saying ouch to Will's attack when suddenly he just drops and his spiritual weapon vanishes and his body just hits the ground with a crossbow bolt kind of sticking out of both ears.
I was going to say I was going to let that church weapon last until he dies, but we've proven that point now.
I actually did something, guys. I've actually done something this game.
You've been killing a lot of people. So
Murder.
with the iron
Yay.
bands, is there a DC to get out of it, or I'm forgetting what the? Hold on, let me see if it's in here. Here it is. Here's the text.
Yeah, you should have it. If you fail, he's there for 24 hours.
Oh, so I didn't actually need to make the roll to begin with. It's just make a range attack equal to your dex modifier. On a hit, they're restrained, and they need
use
to,
an action.
Yeah, and so I already rolled the strength of this guy. That guy failed. He's trapped for 24 hours
Sweet.
unless you release him. So the other
he's fine.
the other cultist's eyes just kind of like go wide for a moment, but He turns towards Rhiannon and says, "If it was you I should have been paying attention to, not her."
Mistakes were made.
And reaches out.
Miss.
Uh oh. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a 19 in AC. She's good.
Ring
Yeah.
of protection.
Biddy!
It was me. You should have been worried about me.
Yep. Yeah, you as soon as you say that, that first strike, you come around and just kind of stab this guy right through the back as he's like, surprised that his attack on Rhiannon did not land. And, the blade is just through his chest, and Rhiannon can see that as his body just slumps to the ground. You guys have defeated this. You guys are all still feeling very vulnerable. And
Let's bring him out of here.
Yeah, let's pull him out of here. Back from whence we came.
Because that's the aura of the field of double damage to you guys.
What's over here?
Yeah, what's over here?
Past that
I
curtain
follow people.
Yes.
is the stairs going up to the residence hall.
I'm gonna try to pull the guy over here.
Brianna
basically.
will help.
Okay. Sorry, I was just decided since you guys were looking up in the curtain,
Yeah.
I'd move everything down a little bit. So
No,
strength roll.
Individual, or can I assist Shuri? Or
Assisting Shuri gives you advantage. Therefore, whoever's doing the main pulling, roll advantage.
I got a.
Yeah, guys.
What you got?
Do the pulling.
0.
I got +7. I'll take it. Oh wait, for save or check?
Check. You're rolling
Okay.
a check.
So check. I will get +1 to this because of my luck stone, which doesn't work on roll 20 for some.
All right.
Da, da, da.
13.
Yeah.
13.
There you go. You just drag that guy along. The two of you take other side of the tied up cultist, and well, not tied up. The guy that's been restrained with the hand over his mouth, and he's like, You just drag him away from the altar. His eyes just are landing fondly on the altar, and it seems like he doesn't want to either. So now everybody but Rialthor is feeling better.
I was following. Don't worry.
Your skin is looking better. You still have no idea where Logan is because he is still missing. Like you got the rest of you look around and like Logan is nowhere to be seen.
Does anybody know where Logan is?
I'm right here.
What?
You heard his
Logan?
voice. And it's echoing in this chamber.
Oh. Are you taking a page from Will's book?
Sure. It won't last long anymore, though.
Roll perception check to identify where he was as he was speaking. Well, Shuri and Biddy knows that he was about here when he was talking.
Is he like laying on the ground? This guy right here.
Yeah, I just imagine that he's just in between. I have not removed the mouth thing yet.
Yeah, and you have no idea that Logan is wandering around you guys because he also walks silently.
I'm gonna poke Biddy on the shoulder.
Biddy, you feel a poke on your shoulder. You can't see anything.
I'm not surprised. I know he's invisible. It's fine.
I'm gonna kind of kneel on this guy's chest.
Douche.
Rhiannon will, do you want me to open it? Or do you want to say something?
I'll say something. Okay. I'm gonna kind of lean down because I can whisper more into his ears. 'Cause I assume he speaks Infernal. It's a safe bet at this point.
So does Rhiannon.
So does Rathar, yeah!
Just so you know, it doesn't matter to me whether you actually talk or not. If you don't talk, it'll just be slower. If you do talk, I guarantee it be painless. Do you understand me?
The cultist is actually glaring at you through its restraints.
Rhiannon will open the mouth thing. So
And the guy immediately attempts to spit on you.
punch right in the mouth.
Alright, roll an attack on this guy. At advantage, because you're on top of him.
Thank God.
That would be embarrassing.
Oh my God!
Oh my god.
How?
Dice!
Somehow you misjudge the mouth
Do I-
area and instead smack your hand directly
Right on the band?
into the bands.
Oh God.
For 4 points of damage, you feel bones breaking inside your fist.
Motherfucker!
How did you manage that, Rhiannon?
I have a question for you, sir. Fine. She pulls out a flask of oil. The oil.
You have this man's attention. He's looking at you.
I want to know what's going. I want to know what's anyone surviving. I want to know what's up with that altar.
I think I didn't catch much of that because of some kind of interrupt.
She goes, I want to know what's up with that altar. I want to know where the survivors are. And I want to know what everything is going on here.
The man chuckles. The altar is dedicated to the mistress. To Zariel herself.
It would be a real shame if it was cleaned up, wouldn't it?
It matters not. The more we are making more altars to her every day that we're here.
You're not. You're not leaving here anymore.
No, I am going to my mistress.
You soon.
Who is this art?
Surely you've seen the art we have done for her.
Downstairs.
And as you say the name, and as soon as the name has been pushing away, by the way, you're hearing Lulu just kind of crying.
Oh my God.
Lulu.
Lulu just sucking on your trunk again and looking at you.
Come here.
Lulu snuggles into your arms.
This is bad.
Clearly. Nah, shit. I like that.
That answers one
Slogan.
question. Well, do you know where were survivors are?
If we did, they would be dead. They wouldn't be survivors.
That's good to know. What else is going on here that we need to know about?
Just that I doubt you're ever leaving. No one's going to escape from hell.
Well, we have our way out. That doesn't matter.
The cultist looks at you in a bit of confusion.
You don't need to know. Just know your soul's not going to her.
You think you can stop that?
What would happen if you fell off into the sticks?
Seems to be thinking for a moment.
As far as I can tell, you don't leave that, do you?
You do, just with your memory and sense of self gone. That doesn't mean that you don't get then claimed by who you served in life.
True. But unless someone else claimed your soul.
Again,
Yeah,
the cultist looks a bit confused.
We have a lich. They might want that.
And kind of looks around in confusion at the rest of you. Roll a persuasion check, unless you are attempting to deceive.
No, she's.
I know
We
you
do have a lich.
I know you do. That's what I'm saying. Is unless you're using it in a very deceptive way, roll persuasion, and it's like the cultist immediately looks back at you, and eyes do go wide at that point, realizing that he does indeed believe you. That there's a lich that you guys apparently know.
What do you think, Graydon? Think he would like a new experiment?
He does like testing on things. Honestly, I don't know if it's even a worthy subject for him, to be fair.
He doesn't seem to know much, does he?
No. End it.
She's going to. The katana, the sword of lifestyle is going to change back into the katana, and she's just going to place it so it's like right in front of his, like where his mouth is.
Okay.
It says you in hell, but you're already there. And she's going to shove it down.
All right. So I'm going to count that as cutie gras. You have a, restrained prisoner. It's a good thing you don't have Phaedra with you because she's lawful good. Although Lulu seems a bit upset at this, but she's still in the process of grieving because of Zariel. But
Rhiannon's comforting her, like she's got her in her arms. That's what she's been doing while Sherry's going fucking crazy on.
So, if you kill him, does that mean he goes into double hell?
yeah, there's a
Deep
bunch
hell.
of corpses lying around. The one of the dragony creature though is just kind of dissolving.
Rhiannon will take the bands back and put it in the bag of holding.
All right.
That hurt.
Yeah, just did not. That altar.
Amplify what was done to us. Seems to end as soon as I stepped here.
How are we going to rest in hell? This is an honest question. How are we going to do this?
Take watches.
I stop concentrating and I go, it's very easy.
There you are.
Do you mean a long or a short rest?
Well, both, actually. It's a question. I mean, we kind of rested earlier, but how do we're gonna need a long one soon, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, just pick a suitable spot and I'll take care of the accommodations. Don't worry about it.
Hey guys, let's just rest in hell. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I love that statement.
So at this point, Lulu, Rhiannon, you feel like Lulu just kind of snuggling into you, and her tears are just kind of falling on you, and you kind of start to feel a little bit better all of a sudden.
Lulu?
Trying
Are you
to
okay?
hold on. I'm trying to get the text of this right. 'Cause I forgot what the actual role is, and it's not like I can cast it on there. So, 1 second. Come on, Paige. Come on. Where are you? Ah, here we are. So she's just like touching you with her trunk, and your tears are splashing on you. And you suddenly heal for... 1d... Come on, 1d8 plus 5. You suddenly heal for 9 points of health.
Oh.
You hear her mutter,
That's the wrong direction.
Thank you.
and you hear her saying, it's like, you're looking hurt.
I'm serious. If you want, I can provide a long rest.
It would not be a bad idea.
Rhiannon will give Lulu some scratches.
I just advise we look for like a more secluded area. You know, not right next to a murder altar.
I agree.
I agree. Looking at the altar, given Shuri's past, would she know how to cleanse such an altar?
Roll a religion check.
Where is that button? There's the button.
Yes, actually, you studied like the altar for a bit, and you're thinking about it and the body at your feet, and you realize that if you were were dedicated to the god that this altar was supposed to belong to, you could probably do it. Either that, or using a flask, at least 3 flasks of holy water would probably do it as well. Do you have any holy water on you?
I have absolutely 0.
Adam,
Yeah.
Rhiannon doesn't. I already looked.
Yeah.
let's just. I can make a hut, guys. A magical hut.
I'm thinking maybe we should go up to where we sent the others.
Sure.
Maybe use
To the turret?
southern turret of our own.
Do we
Alright.
have time to rest?
Do we have the luxury not to?
Yeah. I mean, do we have a time frame we need to complete things by? I don't think so. Did someone give? Did Lograf give us a time frame?
Nope. Lograt just said he'd be around.
He also can't teleport us until later anyways, so
Let's go take a long rest.
I at least need a short rest.
We can take a long
How-
one.
DM question: How long
What?
have we been in hell?
You've been here a few hours at least.
We've definitely had one short rest, that's 1 hour. Then we fought for town, then we fought to the tower, and then we fought through this area. So yeah. Few hours.
Is everybody? I mean, we need to at least rest for a little bit. But how is everybody for the long term? Will, are you exhausting yourself?
I could use a long rest.
Spells
Logan?
are limited.
What else do we need to do before we can get skedaddle?
We need to clear this building.
How much more is there to clear?
Would we be able to estimate that, given like watching from the outside and what we've covered in?
You have no idea because you know that this area was altered from what it was originally looking like. Basically a fragment of time changed things around so that it's a cathedral rather than the castle. And
Well,
although there's still sections of the castle that occasionally appear to have appeared in the middle of it.
North of us that way is the residential area. We can apparently get through that and get back down to the altar area. If my understanding is correct.
Sounds about right.
What's down south?
You don't know, there's another curtain in the way.
Ah.
Do you want me to check it out? I can't.
I can send the imp.
Don't
Well-
trust in.
What?
Don't trust him.
Do you trust me?
Don't trust in.
Will appears to be invisible.
God damn it, Will.
So, Will, are you going to report to the others about what you say?
Well, Well, I mean, I'm just gonna do a minor check behind the curtains, like, and maybe like move 30, 40 feet past the curtain if there's room
Okay.
for that. Just make it.
Yeah. So you go past the curtain, you open it up, and you see in front of you what looks to be a collapsed stairway that leads up in this another hall area. There's a couple of not desiccated, desecrated, there we go. Desecrated bodies laying around, and at least one of them looks to have been crushed underneath the bits of rubble from above you. You also notice a small creature just kind of poking at one of the bodies. It's green in color. It's got big horns. It's very small, tiny in fact, and it's just kind of like, got its two clawed feet perched on the bodies, and it's just like kind of like looking them over and like peering at things. There's a tail coming at the back of it, kind of like keeps poking, it's looking up with its head, and looking around, and then going back down and rifling through the bodies.
Is it eating?
It doesn't appear to be eating them. It just appears to be, scavenging other stuff from them.
And there's no other exits or anything.
There's just another curtain to the east of here, and you figure it just leads out into the central hall again.
Alright. So we've been there. So let's see here. One creature, very tiny. Tiny, is that?
It's tiny. Yep. It's tiny.
Smaller than me?
Yep. Smaller than you.
Tempted to whack it. Okay, could I try to line it up as if I'm playing golf and I'm gonna try to whack it out of the curtain?
Okay.
So advantage, I'm gonna use Shillelagh on
Okay.
the staff. And if I miss, I start heading back. I'm running back.
Okay.
Or if it survives.
Okay. Yeah, it didn't survive that. You did have to smack it, and it just turned into a pile of goo that then hit the the curtain over here.
And then I head back out past the curtain.
So from you guys' perspective, and sure, the answer is yes. From your guys' perspective, you don't see where Will went, but you did see the curtain, kind of shake for a moment, and then maybe a minute later, the curtain just kind of impresses in for a second, and there's a bit of green goo that's now laying about right there, and then the curtain moves again, and you still don't see Will because Will is
I appear.
Will appears. And there's green goo on the end of his staff.
Nah, nothing over there.
What?
What? What do you mean nothing over there?
I did some pest control, that's it.
Pest.
Well, a little green, ugly looking thing that was rifling through the bodies. Oh yeah, desecrated bodies. That's what's over there.
Is that it?
Actually,
That's what
Cheery, in this case, you can do that, yes. I just double checked, and whatever has sway over that doesn't currently have sway over that, or your sway is better, so...
Well, the thing is dead now. Nothing down there.
Okay. Well, computer, why? What are you doing? My computer's freaking out. Give me a moment. There we go.
So yeah, Sherry managed to capture a soul of one of the cultists and pulled forth a specter.
Man, I hope that thing I killed was worth like 3.
Roll an Arcana check and I'll tell you what it was.
I won't succeed. Hey, it worked!
Hey, my power works! My power spreads!
You realize that that thing you just killed was a quasit. It was a tiny
Was it?
a quasit, a tiny demon.
Was it?
The fact that there's a demon standing over there, nearby a group of devils.
Was it a closet?
Cause it.
Oh, it did. Did I cast it?
Oh god.
God damn it.
Pun police. We need pun police.
Just wait till next Saturday, god dang it.
No, that wasn't a closet. It was standing on some bodies.
But see, saying that you're not gonna succeed works.
Yeah, apparently.
I do that with sometimes with random draws on a game I like, on this, like a phone game that I like.
Magic of doubting yourself.
If people need a long rest, we should do that. I'm good with either.
I'm good with either as well. I'll leave it up to Will and Logan.
Well, I mean, if you think you can rest here, then absolutely.
So, what do you guys like to do? You're still standing around the altar room. There's another unchecked curtain to the north.
I kind of want to do something stupid.
What sort of stupid?
Let's check the curtain first. He's gonna
Touch the altar.
He's gonna drop blood on the altar. We already have enough fucking powerful beings fucking with us. We don't need another one.
Exactly. Should we check what's beyond the north curtain? I know the goat did.
Sure.
And there goes Biddy.
Yeah, the little halfling goes scrambling. And you see a mostly destroyed staircase. Except that it's another one of those bizarre effects that it looks like, you know, the two styles are overlapping. The old cathedral staircase, which is completely collapsed, and then what looks like the partial staircase left of, you know, what belongs more in a castle. A grand staircase going up. It's just that it's like one of those staircases, instead of being like 2 or 3 people abreast, it's like one person squeezing by could get up there. Or you could just have Biddy and Will walk up there with ease.
What's Rhiannon doing?
Walking, she fell a bit. Oh, well.
Yeah, as I entered
I saw the stealth.
Yeah, as I went through the curtains, I stealthed.
Oh,
Rhiannon opens the curtains to find, but he's not there. Oh,
Yeah.
or maybe? No. Yeah.
no.
You don't know where Biddy ended up.
Biddy?
Yeah!
Fuck, I lost. And she'll just vocalize that, hey, there's some stairs back here. Oh my god.
But he will just use his message to go to Rhiannon, just like, I'm still here.
Lots of invisible people. Alright, I'm going up the stairs.
What?
Alright,
Invisible?
I'm gonna follow you.
Alright.
We're heading up the stairs.
So, you slowly make your way up the stairs, and, you know, again, you're struck with a lot of rubble on places where you can imagine was most likely just a, you know, the cathedral bit. And then you see into a door that's hanging half open into what looks like an opulent bedchamber. Probably a, you know, where the Duke and or Duchess would live. Yep. Pass another
I'm
chase.
actually stealthier than Will? What?
We feel a disturbance in the forest.
Okay, I'll leave you out of it. You're doing too well, so I'm leaving you out. No, I'm just kidding.
Rhiannon's going to just survey the room, see if she can hear anything.
Yeah, Biddy's gonna just survey the room as well.
Roll perception checks.
Well, let's go. Explore. I see jack shit.
All right. Yeah, you look around, and given what's else usually other stuff that's going on around here, it's unusually clean. There's not anybody in here. It's just like an opulent bed. Clean spaces that looks like it's as if somebody just got out of bed and the maid came in, fixed it up, left, and suddenly it appeared here. This entire room, so dust free. It's like all perfect and inviting.
Is there any other exit to this room?
Nope, that was the only one. Well, technically there are windows, but right outside them you can just see flaming pillars, and it's unlikely you can get out that way unless you want to go through fire.
This might allow us a good spot to rest if we wanted to.
Well, then let's.
How long are we resting for?
Looks to Will and Logan.
I mean, Will is looking probably quite drained, but the thing about him is he doesn't think of himself really.
I can pick up the slack for one more bout, but after that, I think we have to take a rest.
Okay, let's take a short rest. Then we'll clear out as much as we come back here, and we will rest for the evening.
Oh yeah, Bardic Inspiration dice. I'll take 10 minutes to set up Ludman's tiny huts, just for safety's sake.
The Spectre is going to.
But you're just doing a
basically
short rest,
stand
right?
guard. Yeah.
Yeah, taking 10 minutes to set it up and then taking.
Yeah,
a
I forgot
short
about
rest
the
with them.
description of the illumination. The inside the cathedral, it is definitely brightly lit. Continual flame spells cast on wall sconces. My bad. Forgot to mention that.
That's fine. Do we get anything, like, I don't know if bards have something for resting, I can't remember.
I know there's a song of healing, but I don't know if you have that, Logan.
Oh yeah, Song of Rest. You guys can roll an additional 2d6, I think? Where is it?
Is Song of Rest not just one?
Oh, wow.
I shall be on lookout as well, by the way.
D6.
Because I don't need to heal or rest.
So you're on watch with the Spectre?
Yep. Hi. I'm not scared of you anymore.
Well,
Fucking pussy.
oof. Full health. Only using
I'm one away from full health.
If only using 3 hit dice and an extra d6.
I'm 7 down. And I get all my curse, Curseways curse back.
I get
Maintenance.
a whole lot of nothing back.
Give me that key! Boom.
This is one of the reasons why I love warlocks, because they're good at dungeon crawls.
Hey, got a second.
Yeah, I got my superiority dice back. I can do more than
shape back that I don't use.
You know, it's free health if you really need it.
Well, yeah, and now that I've seen how good a wild boar is, I mean, a giant boar, if I could do that. Let's see. I have a list.
Or a goat.
Yeah, both are good. Both worked well.
Oh. Oh. Okay, that's fucked up. I just didn't want to say.
And don't share it.
I'm sharing it because it's cool, but also kind of it's fucked up. It's a spider inside the skeleton of a frog.
Yep, not
It's
clicking on
inside of
that.
its mouth.
Thank you.
It's something. It's cool looking. It's cool.
No, thank you.
It looks like something that could possibly be in Bloodborne. Good.
I do like that picture though, Tobias. Just everyone gathers. Reminds me of the gift someone put for the
Devil's fingers? Or is that just a mock-up of an alien egg?
what's that called? What druids have that that's like a over time.
Do you mean
Healing spirit?
healing spirit?
Yeah. Someone posted a GIF and they had like just like the word healing spirit and then just a marching band walking through it.
Sounds about right.
Yep, that's how it works.
They just kept doing a loop. I'm like, you know,
I mean, the thing is, it's not intended, but you can cast it outside of combat, and it's just like, oh yeah, here's 10d6.
just got a conga line through. It's fine.
No. If you just leave one person there for 1 minute, it's 10d6.
Well, it's sent D6 to everyone if they conga line through. Yeah, that's bullshit because it lasts 10 turns. Everybody gets 10 turns of movement. It looks ridiculous, but it's effective. I remember the party used it against me. It's like, oh, okay, well now you're all back to full because you had full healing because of the cleric spell, the one that just makes it so you don't have to roll.
Yeah.
And then the healing spirit, so it was a 60 HP to everybody.
As long as everyone just moves through it.
This is fine.
Let's see here.
So just doing short rest, you said.
E. So just an hour.
Okay.
That's an interesting noise. I don't know what it is, but it's interesting. Maybe that's what it was. It sounded like squeak.
Yeah, birds.
I heard birds.
Yeah, probably birds.
Herbs.
Birdies.
Birds.
The bird's word.
It's morning now, so.
Yeah,
It has come out.
and the birds are
Everyone
trumpet.
is... It's not that early though. It's only 6:42. I woke up earlier than them. Haha! I stole their worms.
That's disgusting. I approve.
Well, it's usually the early bird that takes the worm. Not today.
Oh, that drought in Australia must be really bad.
It's absolutely fucked. It's actually gone just outside of our town. Yeah.
Pretty bad.
But since we're in the middle of the town, we're safe. For now.
Welcome back.
For now.
If it gets any hotter, then we could be fine.
No worries, Rhiannon.
Rhiannon!
Yes,
Listen
Rathor?
here, you Irish bastard.
What?
What?
Wait, hold up.
You had to put potatoes on. She's having potatoes.
So am I.
You're a potato.
You're a
Potato,
You're a potato.
You're a potato.
But I'm making one.
Tomato.
But I'm making a recipe from an Italian cookbook tonight.
Oh, I'm cooking potatoes in my pot of gold.
Yes, don't say that when you have a will
Don't
here.
say-
He's
hold
actually a
up,
leprechaun.
hold up. Sweet. My family, both sides are Irish, and I have family that still live in Cork. Watch yourself.
Oh my god, excellent! Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to piss off an Irishman.
Yeah.
I'm an
Well, I will
Irish.
say
man.
you
Throw a
took the
spud at
golden
me.
opportunity
I'm
to
only
do
a
that.
fourth
because
Irish.
They're like an eighth
God
of,
damn it!
of a Scandinavian.
Anyway,
I'm just playing.
guys, what are you guys doing now?
Oh, having a jolly old time in hell. You know?
Yeah.
I guess go back down and start clearing the ever. Because there was never set stairs on the other side of this curtain, right?
The one that Will investigated.
Oh yeah. No.
No, I'm talking about the back in the hallway. There wasn't there never.
Yeah, there was through Residential, I think. Back at the altar. No, sorry.
Back
Yes?
back east in the catacombs, you learned that back east to the way to the catacombs is supposedly that switch or lever will show you the way.
Right.
Yeah,
but
so
there was no other way from there
Correct.
except that way we come. All right, then. Let's go down to catacombs then.
To the catacombs.
Or
To the catacombs!
were we going to clear out the rest of this place?
I thought that was planned, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you have done. You have
Oh.
already
Oh.
wandered
Is there
around.
like...
Have we
No, I
done
remember that we haven't gone yet.
everything?
Have we what?
Have we killed everything? Are we sure? Have we checked everything?
I thought that there was one place that we didn't check upstairs, but if we checked it, if the DM says we checked everything, then I mean,
Didn't we miss
Checked everything
like,
that's
at the bottom of the
inside the building.
at the bottom of the staircase leading organ or whatever it was? Couldn't we have gone east there?
There were two sets of stairs. They both led to the exact same spot.
Yeah, I know, but at the bottom of that staircase, wasn't there two places we could have gone?
No.
No? Alright, I'm just remembering wrong then. I thought there was an east and west there. We went west.
There was a north and south staircase. In there, they both led up to the balcony area. There's
Also,
north
we
and
came
sou-
from the east. Originally.
Yes, and
Alright.
yeah, there you go.
So east from us is basically like she's saying is the big room with the big lever that was hidden before. That's not no longer hidden.
Alright.
we go to the catacombs then again.
Lovely.
Oh, what about Crunk?
By the way, did not recharge any rest, so this is gonna be
Just reserve your magic, Will.
It'll be fine.
Yep.
As a note, the Spectre's going to be kind of ahead of us. Just a little bit, so that way it takes the first hit, hopefully.
I miss my giant bow.
We replaced it with a ghost. It's fine.
Okay.
It's kind of like a giant boar.
Before we leave, actually, during the last 10 minutes of the short rest, could I ritual cast Detect Magic? It lasts for 10 minutes, but, you know, just keeping it on me. So, let's do that.
That's fine.
Just for safety.
So who wants to pull the lever?
Fuck it, I'll do it.
Okay.
Pull that switch.
Is it a magical lever? Now that I can see it.
Rhiannon will make sure that there's no. I mean, I don't know if they would trap it or anything, but she's gonna try to see if there's. She's not very good, but she'll try to look it over and make sure it's okay before she.
All right. So, roll an investigation check.
Are we all doing investigations? Or...
Rhiannon, you don't see anything that looks like that. You check all around the closed fist of Torm, you know, which is basically makes up the altar itself. You just see the. Well, actually, as you look it over, like, you know, and looking over the switch, you notice that the hand itself is, you know, it's closed, of course, but it looks like it's designed to open. Because you notice there's like little hinges in it.
Step away from the altar, guys. I think the entrance might be in the altar. And she'll pull the handle.
There's a little click, click, and the fist begins to... The clenched, gauntleted hand begins to open up. And it just looks like a space that offerings can be laid onto, and possibly even a body.
Okay, so this wasn't the entrance then.
Unless you had to put something on there to offer to get to the catacombs.
Rhiannon will go into her pouch and she will lay across the altar the locket, or yeah, I think it was the locket that she got from the soldier that had the picture of his wife or a lover, whatever, in it, and lay it on the altar.
Roll a perception check.
Can I as well, if I was keeping...
Sure, good advantage then.
Beep. 17.
Alright. So, as the two of you work together to, like, you put the thing down on the altar, and Sherry comes over and starts straightening it. Sherry, you notice that there is a secret panel in the palm of the hand that was completely invisible and undetectable when the hand was closed.
I'm pointed out to Rhiannon at the hand.
She, like, turns her head as she's, like, laying down the locket and looks at the panel, and she'll put...
And you push on it?
Yes.
Yeah, you push on it, the panel swings open, and it's a lot larger than it looks at first. It's large enough that when it swings open, it reveals that there is a staircase leading down that's big enough for, even if you happen to have a, a minotaur in your party, it could probably squeeze through there. And just as you're gazing down at this, you see from the east, this strange being covered in spikes walks in with a pack of 8 giant crabs.
Oh, fuck me. You hear Rhiannon say.
And with that,
Language.
with that, we will end here until next week.
Oh, crap.
Motherfucker.
Oh, don't be so crabby.
Ah!
Hey!